servants in the force.
The show notes.
Oh yeah.
Nerd, I haven't seen. Try to open the door. You have the force.
If I can't have a force, you can't have a force. Nerd.
Now I gotta go. You're lucky my mom's picking me up. I'm 38.
I was just gonna say that. It's like a 35-year-old man. Sus.
Goddamn.
He said sus. Did we have anything funny that happened?
No, I went to GameStop before I came here.
Yeah.
And there's this funny shit that. God damn it, Ant!
Go on. Keep going.
Jesus!
It's over. It's over. We got so much shit going on here.
I'm about to just let y'all do this show. I'm going home.
Just leave your shit.
Get it together today.
For you audio amigos out there, Ant just grabbed his mic and yeeted it off the desk.
And don't put the bass on it. Don't put the bass on it. And then search throughout here. There should be a little hole and just fucking screw the living crap out of it in
For you audio amigos
there.
out there, there's a hole on the bottom of the table.
Just literally
For
screw the
cons.
living crap in there.
For you audio amigos out there, I've been having this night. This one thing after the other.
This has been the day.
And then finally, for you audio amigos, the microphone is currently resting in Ant's groin, and he's talking directly to his groin.
Yeah, so hope you all like listening to my.
This is the point. Right now, you as an audio listener, you are Ant's dick. This is what it's like when Ant talks to his dick.
You're welcome.
You get to be my dick.
Chris, just hold back
That's
the
where the show
temptation.
starts right there.
Hold back the temptation of deep throat in the mic, please.
What the fuck you mean? I got my own mic. I'm not falling this week. This is the first time I got it set up correctly. I don't know, man.
Telling him to hold off from deep throwing the mic would insinuate.
All right, we're back.
All right, now we're working. Are we working?
Are we working? I don't even hear my own voice.
That's not good.
You destroyed
You
it.
just fucked the whole mic up. All the plugs are in.
Please no.
Check. Talking to y'all, Mike.
Hello.
It's just me.
What the fuck? What's happening? All the plugs are in.
Do you have to do the Nintendo trick where you like pull it out and blow it?
All right.
remember when I used to do that at PS1.
All right,
Okay, I'm back now.
we're back.
All right, cool.
We're back.
We're back.
Again.
That's 2 technical difficulties within the first
My
2
entire
minutes?
evening has been a huge technical difficulty.
Dude. Half your house just power went out. 2/3 of the mic were working. Yours weren't. Damn.
But you know what wasn't a technical difficulty? That amazing cake that Nicole made.
That's right.
That was
Yes.
the sunshine of my evening.
And he wasn't poisoned.
True. We, as far as we know right now, this might be the last episode of Save Before Quitting.
Yeah.
It might be hijacked by Nicole. We'll see.
We'll see you like 20 minutes through the show. We're just like, I don't feel right.
That's why she wanted to sit out here. We have a studio audience right now.
We do.
She was waiting for us to fully die so she can just hijack the pod.
Save Before Quitting is recorded before a live studio audience. I'm gonna put the laughter track in there.
Track in there. Yeah, you should. What is it that Chris said? Put sound here. Just to make sure
yeah.
that we put it.
Put sound here. I'll get you the sound effect. Doesn't get Ant the sound effect.
Right.
Completely forgets that I said that in episode.
Night before, I'm like, where are the sound effects? I got them. I found the Pikachu.
Oh no.
No, but I went to a GameStop before I came here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, that was before your mic fell onto your groin. But there was this lady in there. I guess she was buying a Switch for her kid for Christmas.
Good choice.
And like, the guy's holding it. And he's like, I can't let you like hold it because it's a console. But like, if you buy it, then you can hold it. And I'm like, that's really fucking strange that you just can't let her hold the box. Like, it's not like she's gonna like
This
grab
grown
it and
woman,
just
yeah.
like smash it on the ground or something. Like, if she did, that'd be a great story. But like, she's like, okay, yeah, I'll take it. And she buys it. And like, as he's ringing her up, he's like, yeah, I just got the new Xbox, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, that's the one that's catching on fire, right? And it's like bursting up in flames. And I'm like, somebody actually believed that was real.
Yeah, I don't.
After like all of the stories of like it not being a thing.
Yeah, it
and
was totally debunked immediately.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, this is great. And then the guy behind the desk was like, nah, that was people blowing
Vape smoke.
into their damn Xboxes, which it was very funny to just be like standing there, and I'm just like buying like an action figure for my buddy. I'm like, hey, do you need this? He's like, yeah, get it for me, please. I'm like, cool, got you. And then I hear that go down, and then the guy just like looks over at me, and he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I think that's like new GameStop. Those people are pretty good there.
I saw a guy who had, I think he's the only one that I could say can compete with your figure collection.
What? Are we throwing him down? I'll fight
Well,
him.
I think so. I don't remember his name. I know it's something the collector. If I find him, I'll send you the link. But he finally managed to sell enough of his Funko Pops to buy a 1-to-1 scale of the Mark V, I think it is.
Iron Man
The last
suit?
one, yeah, Iron Man suit in full 1-to-1 scale.
Listen,
How you feel about that, Chris?
I was like, oh
I don't
man,
care.
I gotta
I think
show
Iron
you
Man's
this.
boring.
bitch.
So yeah.
listen. I don't like Iron Man. That's
Well,
just
I know.
So-
I thought it was super cool.
Yeah,
and,
it's cool. I don't know, man. What I have with my collection right now, it's weird. Like, I'm at this weird in between where I'm like, I'm still buying the stuff from like
Just get rid of the rest of the Funko. Make more space.
Yo, quick question. If you were to eat a Funko Pop and take a shit, is it a Funko poop? If they made a Funko
You hear
Pop
those-
out of the Pope,
you hear
is
that
it
siren?
a Funko poop?
Oh,
the sirens are coming for you. Right
yeah,
there.
I am so mad.
sirens
Yeah,
are
that was
there.
like really timely sirens.
Yeah, they were coming for you. After
It's a
that
bad
joke.
year for the sirens to come to me. Don't come for me.
It's
Jesus.
bad. That was like, I think that's the worst dad joke I've ever seen you. Like, heard from
Spoiler
you.
alert, Ant's a dad if you didn't tell from those. God damn.
I said Funko Pops so many times and it just went in my head like, man.
I hate those things, man. I hate them so much.
You used to
now.
like them so much,
the
like
poops
a
or the
bunch of
popes?
years ago.
the pops.
Oh,
Pops.
the lame ones. All
The
right.
lame
Yeah,
ones.
the lame ones. They are lame, man. There's just too fucking many. It's insane, man. You can't go to any store nowadays and not see Funko Pops.
That's true.
You go to a GameStop and they got more Funko Pops and they have games.
This is also true.
Yeah, it's true.
Even FYE, remember that?
Yo,
It was
FYE
music.
I remember
And
working.
now it isn't.
And he had a ton of Funko Pops.
Yo, I remember working at FYE having the entire one side wall of Funko
Oh, yeah.
Pops, and then having to organize them.
It was the dude.
Sounds like a
literally,
nightmare.
Oh, dude, I was there.
It was the best, though, if you
Sleepless
worked there.
nights before, like Black Friday was the worst time. We ended up
That's coming
receiving.
up.
We received, if I remember correctly, at that time, which I only worked FYE for a year, but I worked the Black Friday night to set up for the day before. We received 186 cases of Funko
Funkos.
Pops. Inside those cases, you can fit anything between 23 to 33 Funkos
Oh yeah.
depending on the size. We had to organize this, and we had a chart that was a blueprint, and it was 17 pages long, covering the entire one side of the wall. I worked at FYE from midnight when we closed the night before Black Friday till we opened again at 3:30 in the morning,
Such a joke.
just setting up that wall.
I remember doing that myself.
Oh,
too,
it
'cause
was
I
the
worked,
worst.
I worked there like a year or two after you did, I think. And like it was the same thing, but like it had grown like Funko Pop.
yeah.
Like it's like a virus.
Yeah, it's
No
outrageous.
pun intended in this climate right now.
Funko Pops can suck it.
Sounds like you needed to Funko stop.
Oh,
Let's start the show.
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Wait, you were about to say something.
No, I was gonna say I saw Funko Pops over at the GameStop that were actually pretty cool. They were like Witcher ones, and it was like Gerald versus like some other person. There was like a Ratchet and Clank one, and they all had like PlayStation official stickers.
Oh, that's pretty.
No,
I was like,
cool.
these are actually neat. Where were these when I was collecting? I would have keep buying them and shit. And now I'm like, I'm done. Like I don't want it anymore. I don't want this crap. Give me the pops with the poops.
I'm gonna be like,
Poops,
no,
the Popes.
the poops, the popes, the pops, and the stops.
They need to make a Funko Pop. of the poop.
Funko. Do the hop. I don't know. I couldn't think of a way to end that rhyme.
Jesus.
All right, we're gonna start there. Level up, gamers! Welcome back to another episode of Save Before Quitting. We're here with
Ants here.
Yeah, I'm Chris.
and me, Nicko,
I forgot my name.
and yeah, welcome back to the shenanigans. We're gonna get right to it. So, what are we gonna talk about today?
Wait. First of all,
Oh yeah,
you got to know that y'all can contact us at savebeforequitting@gmail.com, all the way spelled out how you hear it, and save letter B number 4 quitting on Instagram and Twitter.
It's like a mini game. Figure it out for yourself. God dang it.
Right.
And if you're a dyslexic like me, good luck.
Yeah. But if you're listening to this, you probably follow us somewhere, so follow the clues to find us.
And another thing, we're finally live on YouTube. Thanks to Chris.
YouTube.
So we're also there. You can look us up.
Chris is a skeleton right now, and he's a skeleton on fire right now.
Wish I was
Put
a
all the
skeleton,
work.
man. I gotta stop eating McDonald's. But no, we're live on YouTube. Nothing special yet. With like it's just the audio with the end of the animation intro with us just watching the TV. In the future, we'll probably get the camera set up and actually record our faces if that's something that you want to see.
Right.
If not, tell us and we just won't do it.
Immediately get mad emails like, no, don't do it. We don't want to see
Ugly
you.
motherfucker.
Right.
But yeah, we're live on YouTube. Coming live Twitch soon. I haven't streamed in a bit, but we'll be streaming soon for something we'll be talking about a little bit later in the episode with the Game Awards. We'll be doing something special with that.
Yep.
And then what else is there? Oh, go check out the YouTube video us unboxing the PlayStation. It's doing pretty well for what it is. And if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. We'll give it a thumbs up. Go like and subscribe.
We will only accept a thumbs up.
Yeah, the thumbs down button doesn't exist. And if you do somehow see it, it's just a mirage.
Right.
It's not real.
Yeah. Don't click it.
And
But
if you
leave a
want-
comment. Let us know what you thought of the video. Let us know if that's something you want to see more in the future. More unboxings of
And don't try to
stuff.
be clever and put a thumbs down in the comment, because those don't exist to us either.
Irrelevant.
Turn
But,
on
yeah.
notifications too.
Yeah.
Please.
We'll post soon. We'll do some more stuff, but this will the version on YouTube will probably be out like a day after the version on everywhere else. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcast, and SoundCloud. I think that's all of them.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Mathematically, that is
Yes,
correct.
that is correct.
All right.
Scientifically speaking.
So episode 7, boys.
Yeah.
Getting close to that double digit.
Exciting.
3 away.
Man, we're almost there.
Exciting.
Yeah.
It's going to be our retirement right there.
Just
Episode
get double
10
digits,
done.
give up.
10, bam, gone.
Yeah.
No. Not
But
yet.
what y'all been playing through the week? What you been
Oh, yeah,
doing, getting into?
Me playing, I have not been playing a lot. I did get back to Apex. Started doing that again. Or to start, actually. But all I have to say is I hate you for starting out the Apex and putting me at a way high elo as I could ever deal with.
For context, Nicko wasn't home one day when I was trying to hang out with him, and I hopped on his PlayStation and played by myself, and I won the game with like 7 to 10 kills. So it pretty much put him at a higher rank of difficulty off the start.
That's
So
good. That's
sorry.
like throwing you in the deep end. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so...
So swim.
But other than that, yeah, I've been getting back on that. I would like to get to play with you and Ant soon, and we'll
I
get
gotta play.
that going.
Wait, did y'all play last night when y'all were talking about it?
I didn't.
Nicko
I dropped
ghosted
it,
me.
and then...
Because it was funny to me from the outside looking in, because you were like, yo, you want to get on? They're like, yeah, I'm on now. And then you just never said anything.
I honestly,
Nico
I
just was
apologize
reenacting all the
because
girls
like
on my Tinder.
Damn.
It's his best.
I wasn't trying.
impression.
I wasn't trying. No, I
He
ended up
wasn't
getting
trying.
on,
He did
but,
it really well.
You did it skillfully.
So, but no, I ended up getting on. I played with a buddy of mine, Julian from work, and he's pretty good at it. I
One
have
of the ones
to.
that are posting the Hugh Jackman pictures.
Yes, he's
Okay,
one
cool.
of them.
Respect.
He's
Yeah.
he's also very
Fucks with you.
he's very good at the game, and I felt really, really bad for giving him 6 losses again last night. But yeah, it was fun. I didn't see you online and your brother online, which kind of sucked. And
I was
then
online.
I don't
I
know what's
actually
going
fell
on.
asleep
So.
in my computer chair waiting for you to message back.
Yeah, so I felt
And
a
then
little
like
bad.
I woke up and I was like, oh, I should probably actually go to sleep because I have work tomorrow. But
Yeah.
like,
But no, I'd definitely be
cares,
throwing
really?
in invites and jumping on more often. School is kind of winding down and
Yeah.
getting into finals, so it's kind of like cram moment, and then just getting back on gaming. So I haven't been playing a lot though.
what you been playing at?
Yeah,
I beat Miles Morales.
nice.
Final rating? Are you boosting that 9 to a 10, or are you gonna
No,
keep it at the
I feel like 9 is a really good score. I'm not saying
unfollowed?
I'm following.
Damn, you ever get unfollowed in real life? That shit hurts a lot. Like, my heart hurts right now.
Oh, I unfollowed you on Twitter too. It's fine.
Just now on GJ King Animation unfollowed you. Crazy.
That's a notification you get
Can you
now.
imagine?
But yeah, right. I guess there aren't any unfollowed. I'm stupid as shit. I was serious too. No, it was good. The ending is wild. Obviously, I'm not going
The
to spoil
ending
it
of the
here.
game or the post credits because it's a Marvel.
I was talking the ending of the game.
Okay.
I didn't even want to put out there that there was a post credits.
I mean, there's obviously it's
Yeah, I
Marvel.
know,
I think,
right.
they're just. I
Every
think it's out there
Marvel
already.
thing has to have a post credit.
well, that
sort
means
of
you
thing.
got to beat Avengers so you can see.
Oh, I did.
Was there a post credits?
Yeah.
Why? That game sucks. Anyway.
Yeah. It does. I know.
It's just Captain America throwing the PS4 Avengers in a trash can.
I wish. No. The end of the Avengers game, like the thing with the campaign for that game is like it's okay. It's like it's an Avengers comic book, and then with the end of like their whatever the thing is after the credits, it does be like, oh, here's what could come next.
Right.
And am I excited for it? Not in the least bit, but will I play it? Most likely, just to get the story.
Of course.
But yeah. So
And then the day later, you're going to be like, why did y'all let me buy this shit? I never wanted Avengers 2.
No, I'm just gonna do the GameStop thing where like you can like return the game if you don't like it. Now that I know that's a thing,
right.
like I'm just gonna binge that whole game once the next one comes out, and then just take it back to GameStop and be like, "Hey, didn't like it. Give me my money back."
True.
And
That
then
is
I
their
got that
policy
story,
now.
which is that's a good way to go through.
Cheaper than GameFly.
Have you touched your Xbox yet, or have you? Is it still a Roblox?
It's still a
machine?
Roblox machine. My
Damn.
son's playing it.
That's-
But it's not
That's
because...
because Xbox got no games.
No, because there's mad games I need to play on it that I've never beaten, that I have.
Yeah.
But I think, the hype from the Spider-Man was out. Like, I'm not...
Oh, yeah.
That's going to trump everything.
Yeah.
True.
So all my time was in that. And then... What else did I play? I didn't really play anything else. Like, I played Astrobot for a little bit more, but after that, I had like after I beat Spider-Man, I got kind of busy. Like, I haven't been really playing after that.
No, I feel you.
That's not bad. What about you, Chris?
So I platinum Miles Morales.
Right.
I
That's kind of like a
started-
given now.
Yeah, I mean, I had to. I might have said that in the last podcast. I don't remember if I did or not.
No,
I don't think you
I don't
did.
think you.
But that's platinum now. I started the remaster. I was gonna platinum that, but then one of my buddies was telling me that apparently you don't need to.
Oh,
Like you don't need to replay the whole thing to get all the trophies. Like they just put out a thing, Insomniac did, where like you can take your save from PS4, transfer that over to your PS5, and then load it up, and then all the trophies just go like, and you just get the platinum
Really?
for free. And then I'm thinking like I'm already like an hour into the game, and I'm like, do I do that or do I just platinum it? Because like I love that game, and I want to play it fully through with like the new face and the new that new character pretty much, and I want to do that. But I'm like, do I just want to get the free platinum and then just play it leisurely? I don't know.
it depends how you enjoy the game, though. I feel like
Oh,
the
I just
challenge of
enjoy
doing
it.
it.
Yeah. No matter what, I'll enjoy playing it. It's just like it's one of those things where I got to figure out what I want to do. Other than that, I've played a little bit of Apex with my cousin. He has gotten addicted to it to a point of like insanity. Like he's been playing with like me and my brother, and we started doing like comp, and we were all like silver 2. And then my brother got really busy because he's doing his internship and stuff. And then I'm just like, I'm playing Miles Morales. Why the hell would I play Apex? This dude got to platinum in like 4 days.
What?
So then we're like, okay, well, let's play again. And we can't because he's platinum and we're still silver. And you
So
have to
you
be
guys-
within one rank of each other. So, well, one color rank, that is. So we weren't able to. So he makes a Smurf account because it's free.
Right.
And he's already got that up to like gold, pretty much.
So it's already past you guys
Yeah,
again?
he's already passed us again.
Oh, jeez.
And he's like a part of like a Discord where like he just gets like people to play with and shit. So it's not like random people. It's like still random, but it's like actual
yeah.
people that he's like talking to before he's going into the game. And I'm like, damn, man. And he's like, he bought like a bunch of like the skins and shit. And I'm like, damn dude.
He ain't playing.
I feel like I got him addicted to it because like he didn't give a shit about the game like a month before the PlayStation came out. And then I was like, yo, you want to play? Because we were playing like off and on Overwatch like together on PC.
Right.
And I was like, hey, I hop on Apex. The beta's out for crossplay. And then ever since, he's just been on it. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
If you want to play for it. Go for it. He's good. I'm not gonna lie. He's good. He is a loot goblin, which I don't like.
Yeah.
And I will state that as a fact. Like I literally, he was streaming, and on my left screen I had my PC up, and on my right screen I had my PS5. And I literally am just like, I'm going to a supply crate. I open it myself, and there's like a gun and then 2 stacks of ammo and a shield. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm about to grab it, and this dude just like zooms past
Swoops
me
in.
and grabs all of the items. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what the hell? So then, since he's streaming on Twitch, there's a stream delay. So I look at my left screen, and I watch him do it just to confirm.
Just to confirm.
It's just like, so I can't like just accuse him out of nowhere. So I'm like,
Damn.
you really just did that. So I just stood there and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And then like a team comes up on us. Now, I don't have a gun.
Right.
He's got 2 guns because he stole the one that was in front of me.
Right.
And I'm like, well, can't help you. And he's like, dude, get a gun. I'm like, I would have
I was
one.
about to get one.
I would have one if
man,
you didn't
that
take it
sucks.
from me. But either way, I mean, it's been fun. What else have I played? I don't even know, man.
What
like-
haven't you played? Am I
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. There's been a lot that I haven't played, and I want to. I want to play the Assassin's Creed game, but I don't want to spend money on it, I feel.
Yo, it has to go on sale soon.
Yeah.
I think there's a Black Friday sale coming.
Speaking of, I finally got my Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got like a little sneaky deal, right?
Yeah, because they put Ghost of Tsushima up on Walmart.com very briefly for the wrong price. It was
Nice.
like $40 off. So I
What?
got Ghost of Tsushima for $19.99.
What? Man, that's a steal.
And when I went back, it was $40. I was like, phew, I swept in at the right time.
Yeah.
Lucky you're not like Amazon or anything. When you do it on Amazon, they're just like, yeah, we fucked up.
Yeah.
We're still going to charge you that rest of that money right there.
It makes you want to email them back like, yeah, you did. And I lucked up. So better luck next time.
Yeah, they can't do that, though.
I
Actually,
know.
I mean, that might be GameStop that does that more. Either way,
Yeah.
it was a good...
I know a guy who was trying to get a PS5 and Kohl's, of all places, was selling
yeah.
PS5, like the bundles. It was
The
like
bundles, yeah.
Like a sneaker, like, not sneaker as in like shoe.
I knew what you meant.
But like they're like sneak
Yeah.
with like
Sneaky,
their
yeah.
like stuff. Like they randomly get stocked that's like
Right.
actual good shit.
And it was up for
And they
sale
had the
at like,
bundle too,
it was
which was
up for sale
crazy.
like 3 a.m. Because I ended up waking up the next morning and seeing it, like the alert for it.
Yeah.
And he texted me and was like, yo, I got my PS5. I'm like, all right, cool. Where'd you get it from? He's like, Kohl's. I was like, you saw the alert for the Kohl's thing? He's like, yeah. And then
Dude, I got so much Kohl's cash now.
so today he hits me up because it's funny you said about the cancel. We're like, yo, Kohl's canceled my PS5,
Yeah.
man.
Really?
Yeah.
I was cracking up. It wasn't
Damn.
funny because he was pissed, but I was like, it was weird to begin with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after I saw that too, because like I'm still on the search for one, and it's like looking at all the sales and waiting for the notifications, and I saw that one from Ian because he posted on our Twitter, and like I was like, I clicked on it, I saw it, I looked at it, and I was like, you know what, I don't think this is gonna work out. And then a buddy of mine, Justin from New York, he like freaking hits me up. He goes, dude, I got the bundle PS5 at Kohl's, and I was like, that's the same one. So
it get
I show him the
canceled,
link,
please?
and then he was like that, and I had this similar thing. He like texts me back. He goes, "Dude, I lost the bundle." I said, "What do you mean you lost it?" He goes, "Yeah, after I went to go pay for it and everything, it said the order canceled."
That's some
So I was
crazy
like,
shit, man.
"What?"
Well,
I was
as
like,
of
I'm glad I didn't do it.
as of right now, this 8 minutes ago it was tweeted that PS5 bundles will be available via GameStop in 45 minutes
Yep.
at 10 p.m.
Really?
They literally just
Are
tweeted
you
out.
going to live order a PS5 on the podcast?
What, me? I would.
Yes.
I would 100%, but I feel like I'm not gonna get any luck with it. But I'll try.
No, you're good, man. I'm not going to try.
Yeah,
and
no
pressure you.
pressure. I just
No
was,
pressure, I
we
was
were
just-
talking about it and it came up on my phone.
You guys are not pressuring me.
Yeah. Hey, man. We might get a live PS5 on the podcast.
10 p.m. Eastern time on, what's today's date? November 23rd, GameStop. By the time y'all hear this will mean nothing, but still.
Damn.
They're expensive, though.
Yeah.
Well, that was one thing I saw that was funny to me. It was like the secondary market has a bigger stock of the PlayStation than Sony themselves have right now.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. Like the actual company that makes the console has less stock than people who just like bought it to resell.
Right.
Like, you can't let that happen, man.
Yo.
While I'm thankful that I got mine, it's just like
Can't let them win.
it's just shitty to see because like people are still buying those,
Yeah.
and like they wouldn't be charging that amount if it's like 3 times the price.
And my same friend who lost the Kohl's one, he ended up just chalking it up and buying like a reseller.
Really?
I think he said it was like $900 something for the PlayStation 5. And these
Rest in
bundles
peace.
aren't that far off. These
No.
bundles, one is $800, one is
yeah.
$805, and one is $855.
Yeah.
GameStop's doing the reseller shit. But I mean, they come with like an extra controller, 2
Yeah.
games, PlayStation
The bundle's
Plus for a year,
I
the
think,
headphones.
Yeah,
They
I
come with
think-
the headphones?
Yeah, for the bundle, yeah.
These are the bundles.
Dude, the bundle is like great.
I'm about to buy a bundle just for the headphones and sell the PlayStation
oh,
for
and
3
speaking
times
of
the
the
price.
headphones,
They're coming in on Black Friday.
They
aren't
went in stock briefly at Best Buy Sunday morning.
and that was already
And
sold
one of my
out.
friends sent me like, "Yo, I just got it Best Buy."
Did it cancel for him?
No, he
Yeah,
has
they
to-
actually
it was,
had
it
it,
was
yeah.
store pickup only, so he has to
Okay.
pick it up Friday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know if like I want to try and go out Black Friday.
I'm not going.
I'm not.
Any fucking
no.
way
I don't
Black
think any
Friday.
stores are opening
They are.
on
They
like
still
that Thursday though.
They still are.
'Cause I
That's
saw-
the shitty part.
I saw a thing of what was it, Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. They're opening their online stores on Thursday, but they're not doing any pickup at the stores until Friday night, which is crazy.
Yeah, there's still gonna be people like
Oh yeah, absolutely.
outside the doors. Like I'm almost tempted to like just go to the parking lot just to see what's like, just to like witness the
Yeah.
stupidity.
Yeah, I don't
Like
think
I don't want to
no.
go in.
This
at all.
it's a very unsafe time to do that. To be honest,
I ain't about to say I ain't going there.
yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
They gonna be the ones that are sick. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point.
you're willing to be out there that bad? There's like, I
yeah.
don't trust me near you.
Yeah,
That sucks, man.
It does suck though.
I mean, I already hated Black Friday. I thought it was like the funniest. Like I used to go out just to see people being idiotic. Like that was it. Like I wouldn't even buy anything. I didn't want to buy anything. I would just like wake up hella early. Back like when it was not like a Thursday thing, which
Right.
now they like open after Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
last year they did that.
it's getting earlier and earlier every year.
It's just gonna be like forever.
It's gonna be November 1st through November 31st or 30th, however many days are in November.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's worth it this year, but there's still gonna be people that go out, and if you're one of those people that go out, wear a fucking mask. Use hand sanitizer after you touch anything because not everybody is. So
Yeah.
stay safe out there. But other than that, on a more topic-y note, let's stick with what might happen on Friday
Right.
with some angry moms.
I think it's already happening too.
Yeah, that's the thing we gotta bring up.
Fuck those angry moms.
You tweeted that one, and she deleted her tweet.
Listen, man.
That was the
Good.
funny part to me, is that she deleted her tweet because she was getting so much hate, but like the thread just kept going. Like it didn't stop,
People just still
jeez.
trolling her for she's not even there.
dude.
Yeah.
So you would have explained the basic gist of what she said, and then we can like elaborate on what we think on it.
Yeah.
Luckily, we screenshot that and put it in the Discord. So
True.
I'm about to go right back to that.
I forgot that.
Even her name is fucking whack. Jezebel on Twitter said, "Do all the adults who've managed to get a PS5 for themselves not feel bad that it probably means a child won't be able to open one on Christmas Day? You pretty much snatching it straight from Santa's sack." To that I say, get off our sack, because we got one.
The thing that makes me so mad about that is there's not even any games out that a kid could really play that are like new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sackboy, Astrobot, and Spider-Man.
And
Like even
Bugsnax.
Spider-Man, I would say like no kid's gonna play that and like do good at it.
Yeah, but it's Spider-Man. It's like a
It's like the-
I guess, but
the
still,
name.
you're no offense to any of those kids, but you ain't gonna appreciate that game like I appreciate that game.
they'll appreciate it on a different level. Because if
Yeah.
I was like 10, 11, I'd still be
Yeah.
hyped to get Spider-Man.
guess.
Yeah.
We were playing the PS1 Spider-Man when we were kids.
That game's so good.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Some kid is probably like,
No, but I appreciated the hell out of that, like on another level, man. Like,
Whoa.
as a comic fan, these kids these days only care about one thing. That's Fortnite and Roblox.
I'm
'Cause
the
they're
old
same
guy
thing.
on the fucking podcast.
I'm the old
Listen to yourself.
Yes,
These
So
kids
true.
don't appreciate.
they don't.
I mean, they even have Bugsnax.
You were little at one point.
Bugsnax is not a kids game.
Oh yes, I can't see. This is what I want to
Yeah,
get to.
this
It
is what
is
I wanted
not
to
a
hear
kid's
as
All
well.
right, let's finish up with this
All right,
fucking dumbass
yeah.
lady, and then we'll get to that. I responded. I said, "LMAO, no, I don't feel bad. That child's parents could have pre-ordered just like the rest of us.
That
Why
is true,
should I
yeah.
feel bad? I worked. I earned my own money to buy my own PS5.
No, I think I agree with that. It's. I mean, I heard that all over the radio as well. Like I was watching. I was telling you guys, like I was hearing the radio on Elvis Duran, and they were like having this one guy who has connections with like GameStops all around Staten Island, and he couldn't get one for another co-host from the show. And like she was wigging out about it. Like she was like, "Oh, why all these people keep buying it?" None of the other stuff. It's like, well, you gotta remember, it's like the whole supply and demand. It's like if you got on the uptake and pre-order the game, then you got the game. It's not like nobody has one leg up of another, like to be able to.
We kind of like if you're
but-
in the know,
No,
you
but
know.
if
Yeah.
even if you're in the know, your kids are gonna be in the know. Like your kid would, like your kid would know.
That's what I'm about to
you
say.
know what I
I
mean?
thought about that. We're both holding the same thing in our hands. Like, anyway,
No, I have nothing to say to that.
I thought about that too. Like, I guess my kid likes video games, and he's in a privileged position because his father loves video games.
Right.
So he's probably gonna have all the new shit
Right.
when all the new shit comes out.
Play
Granted,
Roblox.
well, he did that on his own. I provided the system. He got Roblox on his own. But so these parents who maybe aren't and they just want to get one for their child, that's not our fault.
Right.
Like I mean, in a perfect world, everybody who wants one would have gotten one.
Right.
But like I don't
The
know.
world's not perfect right now. That's
yeah,
the
Figure
reason
it out.
why.
The world's not perfect. We're also, this isn't the 90s and early 2000s where you just walked into a
Yeah,
store on
and you
release
got
day
something, yeah.
and just had to be there in the front. Like, it's 2020. It's the internet age. You have to know, like, you got to know how to navigate the internet to get it.
Well, that's the other thing. Like I was telling you, you said you got to be in the know. I was like, but like, in my perspective, is to all those parents out there who didn't pre-order, it's like your kids are in the know. So if you already had heard it from your kids, you would have been in the know.
But it depends on your kid because not every kid is like,
Oh, trust me, any
on
kid,
social media. Like, they don't know like where to go to like find a way in for their parents.
I'm iffy on that because, like you said, it's the internet world. All these new kids, anyone who is within like 10 to 15 like years of age currently will know where to go, how to find out because they have been brought up with the internet.
Yeah, but what about like the younger kids who just know they want the system? They don't have the money to get it or the means, or maybe they're disciplined in a way where they're not allowed to be like at a screen waiting for something to say
Well,
pre-order.
That's,
Like,
and that's when it comes down to the parents, and that's on to the parents. If you have heard it from your child and you know your child wants this system, even if they're under the age of 10 and they're telling you, you would do the research if you wanted to really get one for your child.
and then you like you said, the guy on the radio he said he had connections at GameStop and was trying to get one for
Right.
a coworker and he couldn't get it.
Right.
Because that wouldn't be my first move is to
Right.
try to go under a game. You're not going to get it like that.
No.
Not with this release.
No,
You can't even
absolutely
walk
not.
into a store and buy it.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like everyone had the same level playing field. It's like if you were in the know, you already knew about it. If you had some sort of information or question about it, there's ways to figure it out.
Yeah,
you
but
can
you
literally
gotta be,
type in PS5 and figure it out.
If you're not in that world, like the reason I got a PS5 is because when they had that PlayStation presentation
yeah.
and they showed the price, I was like, well, they're gonna put a pre-order out.
Yeah.
There's no way now that they won't.
Right.
But we know that.
Yeah.
But the average parent, average kid might not. So
Sure.
I'm watching it, and even though they said it was going to happen the next day, the only reason I knew it was happening immediately is because I'm subscribed to these game accounts on Twitter who send out when things are going flashing
Yeah.
on sale. And I was up till 2 a.m. trying to pre-order this thing, and not every parent's going to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they weren't watching that presentation. They don't know that that's how the rollout usually happens.
Right.
The only reason we got what we got is because we are so ingrained in that culture.
Well, then if that's the case, then this lady in Twitter can go get off our sack because she didn't do the research.
That's such a stupid thing to say, too. Get off Santa's. It's like taking out of Santa's sack. What the fuck?
I bet you Santa still wants a PS5.
This isn't Polar Express. Come on.
Like,
Right.
come on, man.
It's PS Express.
But no, I agree with you. Like, they honestly could have done the research. Like, this is the internet age. Like, to me,
The resources are there.
the resources
That's
are there
issue.
to find out. If you really wanted to get one for your child, you would have put the effort in. Like, the rest of us would have. Like, right now, you both got one. And even though I was in the know, I still missed the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, it wasn't
Why?
like a-
And it wasn't because of, like, any parent would say, well, I didn't have the money in time. Okay, well, I have the money available.
Oh, yeah. I'm
and,
not
like,
taking-
it's just, like, the moment wasn't there
Yeah.
for me to
I'm
be able
not
to get
taking
one.
that
It's like,
from anybody, not even her. Like,
Right.
the system is flawed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they went up for pre-order way before they were supposed. They went up the night before. They were supposed to go up the next day,
The next day, yeah.
and they went up the night before.
Well,
Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. It's just like it's like I can't falter, but at the same time, I can't be like I understand why you're angry, but you shouldn't be that angry at us who got one.
Yeah,
because it's like
she can be mad she can't get one, but you can't blame us for getting
right.
one.
That's where I wanted to get to. So
It's also funny how she thinks that it's for kids, too.
Yeah,
Like the PlayStation 5 is for kids. It's not for adults. Why are these adults buying them? Like, why
Yeah.
yeah, because a kid's going to be playing Demon Souls. Like, you think Demon Souls is for kids?
No,
You
of
think
course not.
Bugsnax is for kids?
well, they also
They might, because I did it first.
They also thought that San Andreas wasn't for kids, and they all still got it
those
for them.
parents are... No offense.
Those parents are cool.
So
No, if you were a parent that bought your kid GTA San Andreas or any GTA, you're dumb. Because like it is really something to just
You're the cool mom. You're the parent. You're the house all the kids want to go to after school.
Yeah.
Your kid's house.
I don't know, man. It's just something to me. I don't understand how you can have an opinion like that and just like be mad at the wrong person. You're just displacing your anger. Just be mad at Sony, tweet at them because they're not going to tweet back to you like all these people tweeted back
yeah.
to you, making you have to like take your tweet away because of how much hate you got, even from people like with verified Twitter accounts. Like I saw Greg Miller tweeted her.
He did?
yeah.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I don't know. It was just in there. I saw like the response. Like I saw yours, and I was reading the thread before the tweet got deleted. And I saw like he posted something, and someone else posted something. They'll have like the
shit.
verified Twitter checks, and I'm like, you just got flamed on
Yeah.
Twitter for just
Hard.
having an opinion, but it was the wrong opinion to have.
I should have tweeted back like we can't get it. Like you're on the app that would allow you to get the
get that,
intel
yeah.
to get one.
That's like saying like, hey, you have 60 minutes to give me the exact definition of the word cat, and then giving that person a dictionary, and then just watching them be like, well, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? You have it in front of you. You have
Oh, you
60
would-
minutes.
All you adults who know the definition of cat.
Like, I need the word for word definition. Every single word in that definition. Here's the dictionary. You have 60 minutes. I can't do it. That's what you're telling me right now.
an
You
hour.
have the world at your fingertips on a little rectangle, and you're telling me you can't figure out when a PS5 comes out?
Right.
Bullshit.
I'm mad
Your
at
kid doesn't deserve a PS5 now.
I'm mad she needed a dictionary for an hour to define what a cat was.
Exactly. That's just oh man, it's just something. It just makes me annoyed. These parents
She was so serious.
go
too.
get an Xbox. They ain't got games.
They're still available
still
in some
sold out.
areas. Are they?
Yeah, I mean they come back.
Yeah,
in
they're
just
like
like the
waves.
PlayStation does. Yeah, everything comes in waves.
Yeah.
Because for I think the Sony Direct website, there was PS5s coming in there
Oh,
like
yeah,
all
yeah.
last week,
Yeah.
periodically.
Yeah.
This
So-
thing sell out so quick though.
What do we want to talk about next? We got a couple topics here.
Well, let's get into kids game.
We got Bugsnax. I'm the only one who played Bugsnax. So like I didn't even beat Bugsnax, and I got flamed for not like platinuming it for some reason.
What?
And I can get into
flamed you for that?
Blamed you for that?
I'll get into it in a second. I don't get it. I don't know if it's a meme that I'm getting flamed because like I haven't talked to the dude in a while. Like we haven't played games in a bit. And then there's also some Pokemon leaks that like came out recently about like what's coming next year, which are kind of interesting.
Nah,
Apparently,
I haven't heard of those.
there were some Twitter pages that were talking about like leaks and like games that were coming. We got like we already know we're getting Pokemon Snap. Apparently,
Right.
there's something called Pokemon Unite coming out. Don't know what that is myself, but then there's
I think I saw the trailer for that. I think.
there's also Pokemon Detective Pikachu 2,
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
leaked.
that
I
one
saw that was coming.
and then a main series remake. And among the, I guess, fandom, you could say, they're thinking it's a Diamond and Pearl remake.
They said it's a Gen 4.
It's a Gen 4, yeah. That's what I kept hearing.
I'd be hype about that. I mean, I can't really play it right now because I don't got a Switch yet. But like, if those games came out, like all of those games came out, I have so much reasoning to buy a Switch right from that alone.
Well, just wait for the next Switch that's about to come out.
Yeah, at that point, just wait till March.
Yeah, March. What was it? March
They
21st?
just said March.
March 2021.
No. They said they got pushed to April 20 something
did it?
now. Or was that no? I think they said Zelda got pushed
you know what?
to April.
I did hear about that Pokemon Unite, and I'm actually kind of excited for that because it's something that you flame me for often,
Just flames
which is
all over the
like
place.
playing League of Legends. So
Oh, is that what that is?
So the Pokemon Unite, it's gonna be a MOBA PvP 5v5 capture their base type game.
I did see that.
And
you like evolve your
Yeah,
Pokemon.
you actually have like everybody starts out with like base type Pokemons. Nobody knows what the characters are gonna be, what Pokemon are gonna be in it. Really, Nintendo kind of, sort of, slightly hinted it and had a little YouTube like
I saw
little
the clips
house
of it.
direct thing
Yeah.
for it, and
That looked neat.
it looked pretty neat because it had that team based Pokemon feel and like PvP aspect that League of Legends, and it's probably gonna be a mobile and PC game.
I don't
I'm
know
not
I
sure if
played
it's gonna
on
be a
mobile.
Switch game, but as of yet, but
I think it will.
by what it
be.
looks like it might be a PC mobile game.
I mean, I'll play it.
So
I don't have a problem with League of Legends. It's just one of those games where it's like, I can't get into it because it's been established for too long.
yeah,
Like, with at least this game, like, obviously there's going to be a learning curve, but it's like, at least I can get it on the ground floor.
Oh, yeah.
And I can run with it. And then if I get decent at this, then that's almost like a stepping stone if I
step in,
wanted
yeah.
to play League of
well,
Legends,
I think
which I don't.
Yeah, I think Pokemon Unite is actually very, like, by what I saw on the video and stuff, it's absolutely gonna be much more unique than what we get from like League or freaking Dota, anything like that. So I think it's gonna be very unique on like the gameplay aspect, what the characters are gonna be based on, maybe what skills and abilities and what you can do within the match.
Yeah.
So I think Nintendo can really put a very nice, unique touch and feel to that MOBA type game.
I feel like they're almost.
I mean,
made
that's the
for it.
property for it, so
Yeah.
that works.
I'm down. Like,
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I-
I'm definitely down for it.
I definitely, not to bring up episode 1 again, but I really want them to still do like a fucking, like a, what's it called? What would we call it?
What?
The game that we wanted to pitch for Pokemon in the first
The
episode.
dark, already established Pokemon World RPG.
Yeah,
where-
Oh yeah.
RPG of like Pokemon. I really want them to do that. Like
Just make an RPG. Just make a RPG Pokemon where the world's already established. It's rated like teen. You're not gonna make it mature because it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
But
I just want to dive into a world like that with like a story.
That
like
would
give
be
me like a
cool.
Miles Morales, but with like an already established trainer or like a newly starting trainer. Like I don't care what the story is.
you
per
said
se.
something like he's already started. He already has a collection
Yeah.
of Pokemon.
I feel like that'd be such a cool thing to do. Like and just go with it. But whatever. We'll see what happens. Do we want to talk about Bugsnax or do we want to talk about the live question we just got while recording? Because we just got a live viewer question on Instagram.
we could do that. We'll do
do
the
that.
question. Do the question.
All right. Okay, so I'll read the question. So we just got a question from FOH_Jmar.
What's up, Jamar?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up,
dog?
Jamar?
So he said, "Hey, what's up, fellas? I have a question. What's the worst game y'all ever played and why?"
Oof. I've played some bad games.
I'm trying to think of the worst.
It depends on the system, at least for me. Because I've played some bad games in almost every system that I could say. Like, at least one bad game.
One is pretty bad it's notorious for being bad, but I actually played it before it got that reputation for how bad it was. All over YouTube and stuff.
What was that?
Superman 64.
Oh, yeah.
That game was just like, it was one of those games that was coming out that I thought I wanted, and then my friend bought it, and I went over to his house and saw it, and I was like, whew,
Thank
I
God
didn't spend money on
yeah.
this shit. Like, good luck with that.
I don't know, man.
See, I think for me had to be the MIB game
There's a Men
for
in Black
PlayStation
game.
1.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
There was a PlayStation 1 Men in Black game, first-person shooter, that was actually in Namco arcade game that got ported into the system. And the way they ported it was that you could use the what was it? The not Time Crisis. Yeah, the Time Crisis like setup with the guns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't release the game with the setup. And Time Crisis was not very well established enough to get this setup out yet.
Yeah.
And the game was just god awful. It was not. It had no tutorial. 1, 2. It played just like the arcade.
What do you mean? You just shoot things?
And literally, you just like it had no intro page to it. You literally would put the disc on, and it immediately bring you to level 1.
That's some great loading time right there.
Yeah, but
Boom,
there was
right
no
to it.
like new game. There was no option menu. There was nothing. And then the worst part was, it's like if you had missed just one shot, it was a jump scare game,
Oh, I hate.
and then that was it.
it.
So I think that had to be the worst game that I've ever played in any system. Period. In the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad game.
You got anything?
I have like a meme answer, and then I don't have like a real answer because like I just don't play games that I don't like. Like if I don't like it, I just don't. I don't have any memory of it. I put it down, you know. But like the games that I really don't like are the Nintendo series. Like not even joking. Like I hated those so much, but like they were addicting in the worst way, and like I remember specifically like when those were like a thing, like getting those as gifts, like each version of the game, even though it was the same fucking game with a different sticker,
Yeah.
and then like a different like splash screen of like it's the Dachshund version or whatever, and then there's German Shepherds. Like it was the same game at the end of the day. It was never like anything special, and I just remember like it was like such a weird, boring game. And I played it so much, and I had no idea why I did.
Why you keep playing it?
And I hated it. I don't know. It was one of those things where it's like you almost hate it so much that you just like love to like play it.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're punishing yourself, but not in like a bad way.
It hurts so good.
But not at all. Like it just felt terrible. It's like I have 3 dogs. Why am I playing with this digital one that just shit at like himself? I had to pick up on a
You
walk.
could turn this one off.
Yeah.
Well, no, I remember for Super Nintendo, I remember this so vividly for some reason. I remember going to Franklin Mills with my dad. And for people who aren't from Philly listening to this or from the surrounding area, Franklin Mills is just a big ass mall that people used to go to.
Used to have like the giant Ben Franklin things hanging.
Exactly.
I used to love those.
So we went there, went to the game store. My dad said I can get a game. So like 6-year-old me that's like I won the lottery at that point in my mind. So I'm looking around the store for what I want, and Kirby's Adventure for NES just came out. And I was like, oh, I want this so bad. But then I looked over and I saw Mario is missing for Super Nintendo. Now in my mind, I'm like, well, this is a Super Nintendo game and it's about Mario. So, I mean, this has to be good.
Oh yeah.
I bought it, went home, turned it on. It was a fucking educational game.
Yep.
Where you have to go to different countries and answer questions about the country you're in and trivia in order. And you're Luigi, you're not Mario.
Yep.
And you gotta, when you answer the questions correctly, you get Yoshi, and you need Yoshi in order to leave the place, but not until you find all the artifacts related to the country you're in. It was another one of those situations, Chris, where I was just like, well, I have this now, so I have to play it.
Yeah.
And I'm first of all, I'm a kid, so I have no money. So I can't be like, oh, fuck this. And I'm not about to go tell my dad, like, we got to take this shit back. So it's like, so now now I'm just playing it, and all I can think about was like, I could have had Kirby's Adventure,
Yeah.
and now I have to learn.
Oof.
And I beat that game, by the way, and I hated every minute of it.
Jeez.
So yeah, that was a good question.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't think of anything better. Like, I feel like I just don't play games I don't like. It's weird.
Well, see, this is coming from an era where you didn't know you didn't like it
Yeah.
until you had it.
But that's the thing too. It's like a lot of the games that I don't like, I like to play as like a joke. You know what I mean? Like it's a bad game, so you play it.
Right.
Like there's this game on Steam called Dino D-Day. And it's like a 99-cent game right now. And it's literally like, imagine any like first person shooter. It's set in World War II, and imagine World War II, but instead of just like humans, there's dinosaurs.
Makes
That's it.
What?
And
Sounds like Ark all
you have
over
like
again.
humans with guns and like Call of Duty class like setups with like a normal gun and a pistol, and then you can also choose a class that's a dinosaur. So you got like little raptors Johns from like the first Jurassic Park, little tiny boys that you run around and like scratch at people. But then you also have like the dude with like the hammer tail, and he's got like a tank on his back, and you're just slowly walking through the area.
Oh man!
And it's
jeez.
the worst shit, but it's also just so much fun because of how like campy and bad it is.
Right.
So like I hate it, and it's the worst game I've ever played. But at the same time, I love playing it because of how much like of a bad meme it is.
That's one of those things where you have to play a bad game with a friend just to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's such a funny game, but like even like then, like there's so many bad games that are just fun to play. If that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I
don't
get
know.
you.
That's a hard question. Yeah, Bugsnax.
Bugsnax.
Bugsnax
How
was an
was-
experience, man.
So yeah, how was that?
So I beat it over the course of 2 nights, the story that is, just because I wanted to figure out what the hell it was. So you pretty much start off, I'm trying to think how the story starts. So you pretty much start off on like this ship, like a flying ship, almost like a hot air balloon with a ship, and a pizza Mothra, like Mothra from like Godzilla,
Yeah.
made out of pizza slices, just like hits your ship and knocks you out of the sky.
So
And
normal everyday stuff.
Yeah, and like you don't wake up, but I guess you get knocked out, and you remember what happened before that happened, and you're in like your boss's office, and you're like a news reporter, and you got like a DVD sent to you from like this explorer chick, and she's like, you got to come to this island. We found these Bugsnax. They're so great. They're awesome. Come check it out. You got to report on it. Blah blah blah. I'm an adventurer. Yada yada. And then like randomly in the video, I think her girlfriend shows up, and like you set that up that she has a girlfriend. Cool.
Okay.
And then you wake up on the island after your boss is like, yeah, go do the story, but you're fired if you leave this office, pretty much. And I was like, what? So you do that, and you find like the mayor of the town, who's like this like annoying dude, just like nobody likes, and you just make your way through to the tutorial. You're like taking pictures of the Bugsnax to like scan them. I'm like, okay, this is kind of like Kitty, like whatever, no big deal. And then you find like another character that's like this like cowpoke. He's farming sauce.
What?
So like there's Bugsnax, but this guy's farming sauce because Bugsnax is like their food on this island. So like these like creatures are their food, and he's farming sauce. So he's farming ketchup, and there's like stems with like ketchup packets at the end of it, and you get a slingshot that you have to use to launch the ketchup packets to like lure the bugs into like certain areas and situations so you can capture the bugs.
This is still deep already.
To then feed these people. I think they're called grumbuses or something like that. That's what like the species is.
Rhombuses.
Oh, that's what the species is. I
Yeah,
thought those
like,
were the name of the
That's
people.
like the species of like the people. Is
Oh,
the grumpus.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Grumpus or grumpus. I don't know what it is. So like you just like okay, and you get closer and closer to the town. This guy's leading you there. Like you finally get there, and the guy's like, "Yeah, the person who sent you the DVD is missing, and we have no idea where she is, and her lover's missing." And after that happened, everyone in the town was like, "Screw this! I'm not staying here." So we got to get everybody back in town, and then we'll figure out where they went.
Right.
So then you just go on a bunch of missions with like these really weird characters that are kind of interesting. They're voiced by a lot of like popular voice actors apparently. I didn't notice any myself. I was just like,
Invested
okay,
some money in that game.
this is happening, and then just catching bugs and like Apparently you can like catch all the bugs and you get some shit. Like it's like Pokemon where you like gotta catch them all. But
Did you platinum it?
no, I did not. I just wanted to know what was going on.
All right, look. This is what I just want to know. I get what you're telling me now,
Yeah.
and that's what you see when the game is advertised.
Yes.
I want to know. I avoided it just so you can tell me. I could have figured this out myself.
Yes.
But I was like, no. I want Chris to tell me how it turns dark and how it ends. We are spoiling this game on this
We're spoiling
podcast.
Oh, yeah,
So if you don't want to hear
I want to know. Yeah.
about Bugsnax, fast forward.
Okay.
Because that trailer with the Dark Shadow thing, I wanted to know what the hell that was.
I didn't see all I've ever really seen is like trailer play and like little gameplay moments here, and I don't know what happens in this game.
So you pretty much find out that the Bugsnax are a parasite, and like they take over the people's bodies. So like when they eat the Bugsnax, their limbs become the Bugsnax, and it's a side effect. I think it's like a thing that like over time goes away. So like it's not like they eat it and it's there forever. It's like they eat like a French fry spider, and then their arm turns into a French fry, and then over time goes away. But apparently what they want you to do is like to infest your body and make you become a Bugsnax yourself. And it's a parasite. And that's what like the story basically leads you to. And then you find like a bunch of like skeletons and stuff in a certain area, and all these skeletons have like remains of like different Bugsnax in them and shit. And then you go up to this mountain and you find Lisbeth, who's the girlfriend of the main chick. I think her name is Lisbeth. No, Egabel is the lover, and then Lisbeth is the explorer. Okay. And the explorer is like, apparently they were climbing a mountain, and like Egabel was like, I don't need your fucking help. But then
Please tell me that those words are actually in the game.
No.
Damn it.
Sorry. But like apparently like an avalanche happened or some shit, and Egabel was saved by her, and then she was lost, and then there's like this cave, and you go into this cave, and it's like nice and spooky, and like there's like some scary Bugsnax in there that are like a little bit like attack you. You don't die at all, I don't think. You just get like launched back. And then you fall into another hole, and now you're like at the root of the Bugsnax. And there's just like the walls are made of like food pretty much, and it looks like a stomach almost, like filled lined with food, and you're in like this acid, and you're walking down the tunnel, and you see like this shadow, and it's like, what the fuck is that? And you finally get to the end, and there's just like this like cultish looking like coliseum filled with Bugsnax, and then there's this one Bugsnax that is made up of multiple Bugsnax, and then a giant like creature spider drops down, and it's Lisbeth, and she ate so many Bugsnax that she became a Bugsnax and became one, and it's like a spider with like a brontosaurus neck, and she's like at the tip of it, and then Egabel's like, no, we're doing this together, we're gonna save everybody in the town together, because the island's blowing up because it's a volcano.
What?
And then she's like, no, I can do this by myself. And then Egabel's like all depressed and shit, and like legit depressed. Like there's some heavy fucking tones in this that are a little bit too much, I think, for the average child to delve into. And she like jumps into the spider's ass, and then also becomes one of the brontosaurus necks on the spider. And then they like fling you and the mayor out, and then you guys, instead of like the last area, instead of it just being like escape and get out of here, it turns all the stuff that you've learned so far into ways how to kill the Bugsnax, because the Bugsnax are now attacking you because they don't want you to leave, because they want to make you a Bugsnax.
Right.
So you learn how to slingshot things, and it kills the Bugsnax, and then you learn how to capture them, and it explodes them, and it gets super convoluted, and you finally get to the end. Meanwhile, the whole time you're trying to kill them, so if you don't kill them in time, they get close enough to the two people that are from the village that are in each area, and they get consumed by Bugsnax. So I'm assuming you can lose people. I didn't lose anybody in my playthrough. So you get to the end, you get on the ship, and then you leave, and you're back on the regular island. And then you take the mayor over to your job, and you tell the story. And apparently, you and the mayor have decided to say the Bugsnax don't exist, so that, like, you know, people don't find out about them, so that they can just stay on that island and not, like, come over to the mainland. So that happens, and then you leave, and then the credits roll. And you're like, okay, what the fuck did I just play? What was that? What was that whole sequence?
Was that it? Was there no extra?
No, there
teaser?
was some extra shit.
Oh yeah, all right, good.
what?
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what I was
about
sitting
to
here
say,
for.
Yeah.
So then,
You've been a Bugsnax the whole time.
well, no, the end shot is the island in the back smoking, and then like the mainland where the boat landed, and then a little strawberry Bugsnax comes up and walks onto the mainland, and you're like, oh shit, now they're on the mainland. But then a little like sound goes off, and it's like a radio or like a cell phone, and it's your boss from the newspaper, and she's talking to this like like muffled like crazy voice.
Yeah.
And she's like, they know about the Bugsnax. What do we do next? And they're like, we'll figure it out. We're moving to phase 2 of the plan. And then it cuts.
Chills, ladies
And I'm
and
like,
gentlemen.
what
Yo.
the fuck?
Goosebumps.
And like, here's the thing. Like, that's probably not all of it. Like, there's a lot of details in there to make it like make sense more. Because like that was very fast retelling of it. But
Right.
pretty much the gist is that the Bugsnax are a parasite taking over your bodies. Lisbeth is the leader, and she's like, no, I'm going to sacrifice myself. And then the lover is like, no, we're going to do this together, because they were pushing each other apart in relationship issues. There's a lot of like almost as much, if not more. What's the word I'm looking for? What we talk about with Miles Morales? How much like diversity there was, and how much like that like
representation.
that's the word. There's so much representation in this game, it's insane. So there's this like buff dude that you find with his like nerdy buddy, and like the nerdy buddy is giving off like really gay vibes about like the buff buddy, and like you're like you have feelings for him, and like, you can tell your character never talks the whole time. You just like choose what you want to say, but I don't think it matters. And by the end of it, like you're all at this party together before that whole ending sequence happens. And you have to like kind of separate them all because they're each talking to each other. And you finally get to the nerdy buddy. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go talk to the strong boy, and we're going to figure this out. And then he's like, listen, I got feelings for you. And he's like,
I'm sorry.
pretty
Go
much. And then the muscle buddy's like, dude, we've been dating for years.
What?
Like, you remember that time that we like made out here? And like, that's an actual line in the game. And I'm like, okay, this is happening. And there's so much going on in this.
Yeah, you got me so baffled by your storytelling of this game that I'm
'Cause
probably
it's
gonna
so-
pick this game up.
It's such a mind fuck. And then I'm getting flamed right now by Josh from Haptic Intel, because he platinumed the game.
What?
He did everything in the game, and when I finished it, I finished just the story, because I didn't care. I didn't want to catch all the Bugsnax, because like it is kind of challenging to get a couple of them, and I was like, I'm just gonna get the story in, just figure out what's going on. And he's like, well, did you catch all the Bugsnax and do everything? And I'm like, no. He's like, well, you didn't fucking beat Bugsnax. Like, you don't understand everything that's going on. Like, you don't get it. And I'm like,
So you get more your story?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if he's memeing or not. And like, I don't want to platinum it, because like I don't want to play it.
Oh man.
Like,
All right, you.
All right. I think yeah.
What's his name?
Josh.
Josh. I want to know. Contact us.
Yes, Josh.
Yeah,
Here's the
please.
thing: you need to either reach out to us or set up an appointment to like video call in.
Yes.
I don't want to play this game. Like, it's not that I don't like the game. It's just that I have no interest of playing it.
You
again.
know what the worst part is, Chris? Is the fact that you have story told it so well with enough details to get me hooked. Like I
don't
think
know
I
how,
might
'cause
pick
it
up the
doesn't-
game.
It's so,
I don't even need to play it. I needed Chris to tell me what happened, because I knew I wasn't going to play it, but I needed him to tell me so that now I can go watch people do Let's Plays of it, and people who are like funny. Now I can go watch this
because I'm
and
not
enjoy
funny.
it. No,
you're not
no,
funny.
that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I meant people who make their videos comedically.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just watch
I
anyone.
don't make videos
You're not,
comedically.
you're
Don't
not,
follow
you're
us
not
on
funny.
YouTube.
You're not funny, Chris.
You're not making
You're
a
just
video
not.
of it. But I wanted to hear from the horse's mouth. Now I'm a horse. I wanted to hear from you so that I can laugh at people play it.
No,
No, I'm a
I
horse.
can't tell you what I think about it in an honest way. Because, like, did I have fun while playing it? Somewhat. Do I care enough about the story to go back and platinum it? Not in the least bit. I don't see what the point is of catching all of the Bugsnax. There was no reason for me to catch every single one. Plus,
know.
I didn't catch hardly enough to do that.
You got me hooked. Now I think I'm gonna have to play that game.
I don't know.
We gotta get our shit. Like we should sit and all play it together.
Yeah, just play it
Jesus.
together.
That's what we'll do after fucking the Game Awards. We'll play Bugsnax.
Someone's gonna hold
tear
us
my
to that.
fucking hair out.
Someone's gonna hold us to that now.
No,
Yeah, it'll be
jeez.
Josh.
True.
But yeah, speaking of the Game Awards,
Man, oh man, the Game
Oh
Awards.
yeah.
pull
Where
up this
every
list.
game is nominated for every award. The same games are nominated for every award.
Oh, not all of them. If you saw the lineup this time around, you'd be surprised.
You're right. Let me go look at it.
All right, we're gonna run this down top to bottom.
So let's see. What do we got? What do we got? I think I got my
So
voting up.
we'll
real
just
quick.
we'll just go from the bottom. We'll say which ones we're skipping,
All right, cool.
and then
So-
we can come back to it for the actual Game Award night because we'll be live streaming it on Twitch,
Yeah, and we'll do
Yep.
some sort of fun stuff.
and we will be
with it.
doing some sort of drinking game that revolves around our choices.
Yes.
Maybe bingo-esque. We'll figure it out. But best esports team. Not talking about it.
Yeah, I don't have a horse in that.
Oh,
fight. I don't know.
Best
the name.
esports.
I have a few horses in there.
You literally skipped to best multiplayer game.
I did ask, do we want to do video games
And
or
I
just
said,
the esports stuff?
Bugsnax. Anyway. Who's your best esports team that's in this listing?
Oh, it's definitely gotta be Damn One Gaming from League of Legends. They're one of the best teams
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, that's a dark spot in my video game knowledge. Is
Yeah.
the esports.
We talked about how bad
why I
this
said they would
website
want
is
to
in
do.
the first
It
place.
is.
Yes, that's why I was saying that you guys want to just do video games, and
No.
we'll talk about the esports stuff later.
No. Okay, so
All right, cool.
we're skipping. This is going to be interesting to edit. Okay, so esports host we're skipping. Okay.
That's fine by me.
Best esports game.
Ah,
Out of the
So-
nominees, there are Call of Duty Modern Warfare, CSGO, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Valorant. For me, I'm going to say CSGO just because I feel like that's one of the only games that's had consistent year-to-year like positivity and like it's been good. Like I can still watch CSGO and have a good time. All these other ones I could not care less about.
in my perspective, because of what I play, and I know and I understand CS:GO now. Like, I've never played those tactical games before as much, but I think I'm gonna give it to League. They've been coming up with some really crazy events.
Didn't see that coming.
No, I mean I would give it to Valorant, but there's not a League for it yet, and Valorant's very much CS:GO with League of Legends character.
All right.
So if there's any other challenger for CS:GO, it will be Valorant later on when it gets much bigger.
Of all these games, I've only played Modern Warfare, and I played Fortnite one time ever. But I hear so much about League that I just feel like that's
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah.
So best esports event. Let's skip that one.
Yeah.
Best esports coach.
Skip.
Who the fuck? Best esports athlete. Let's skip. Best debut game.
Yes.
Okay. So we got Carrion, which I want to play very badly, but I haven't bought it yet.
It looks really good.
Yes.
Mortal Shell,
Which I want to play very badly because it looks super cool.
Raji, and Ancient Epic. I guess this is Roki. And Phasmophobia.
I've heard the most about Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would give it to Phasmophobia just because the clout, the hype, and the playability of it.
I feel like that'll win,
Yeah.
but if I had to choose, I'd say Carrion. Because like of how much I love the concept of that game and how good it looks.
It does look really
And
good.
how much I want to spend money on it.
Yeah, I mean,
But
if
haven't.
I had to, I went with the popular vote on that one. But
Yeah.
if I had to choose, I'd go for Mortal Shell,
Okay.
just because it's such an intricate game and it brings me back to those Dark Souls like moments, but with a twist.
Okay.
Because the game itself, the gameplay of it, it's like it's very Dark Soul-esque, but you have that extra like oomph in the fact that you have to find yourself
Okay.
a body whenever you quote unquote die. So it's like the game never technically ends. It just gets harder for you.
I dig it. What about you, Andy? You have any
Yeah.
thoughts on the matter? Or are you just gonna popular vote it? Because I feel like popular
Well-
vote is the best bet with this one.
Yeah.
But the debut one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Phasmophobia
Yeah.
is pretty much what I'm gonna go with because heard the most about it. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't played any of these, but all I hear about is Phasmophobia.
Gotcha.
Lately.
So next, we got Content Creator of the Year. And I would skip this, but I
Your
have
boy is
some
in it.
thoughts.
Yeah, your
Yes.
boy's in it.
So my choice would be Tim the Tap Man, because that dude, I love him so much. I subbed to him on Twitch, and I have for a while. The person I think that will win, I think will be Alana Pierce.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
Alana too.
same.
She's on like she's been everywhere and done
Everywhere,
everything.
yeah.
And then also with the recent news of her getting hired.
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
So
So
I feel like the people are going to be voting for her just as like an additional like congrats to like work getting the hire there. And then also like it makes sense for her to win it.
Now that you say that, yeah.
But at the same time,
I fuck with Alana. Like I listen to her podcast and everything. Like I
Yeah.
think she's dope.
and don't get me wrong, I love all these other creators too. Like I love Valkyrie.
yeah,
I love
Valkyrie
her.
is great.
Nick Merckx, I love. I don't like him on his own. I like him with Tim. Tim I can have by himself. Like it's like I like my Tim as like my main dish, and then like my Nick Merckx is like my side of fries. But I can have my main dish without a side of fries.
My Tim.
Yeah, my Tim. Love you, Tim. I actually don't know who J.N. Lopez is.
I don't either.
But
And that's not to knock her. Like I don't want people
Yeah.
listening to this thinking that we're just
I just
side eyeing her.
yeah.
We just unfamiliar. Hopefully we get
Yeah, I
familiar
haven't.
soon.
Yeah. So moving on from there, we got best multiplayer, Animal Crossing, Among Us, Warzone,
Ooh, this is a tough one.
Fall
This is a tough
Guys,
one.
and Valorant.
I'm thinking it's gonna be Warzone or Among Us.
I think I gave it to Among Us just because I play Valorant, and like I told you before, I started playing it, and it's great, but it doesn't have that multiplayer feel to it like Among Us does, because it really involves every character and persona and personality of each player. So it plays around not just with the game, but with the players. You know, so it's kind of like one of those like Jack in the Box like board game-esque video games that you can play with in a party and be like satisfied with playing it. So being like, it brings me back to like the Mario Party moments.
Yeah, I'm almost in between Warzone and Fall Guys, just because I feel like Fall Guys makes sense for the multiplayer aspect of like competing against each other, but then they also have the aspect of the co-op where it's like some games you have to work together with people who you're also competing with. So it almost encapsulates both of those. But then Call of Duty, it's like the multiplayer for that, while they have a lot of issues with hackers and X, Y, and Z, it's like that multiplayer is very, very good.
Yeah.
And with in-game events and like working with like the in-game events being co-op, like some of them are like with the zombie one that they just did, most of that can be considered co-op a little bit.
Call me crazy though, but I feel like Fall Guys had this grand opening and then kind of.
Oh yeah,
Window.
I don't hear about Fall Guys.
Yeah,
They're
the
hush-hush
window
right now.
quick.
I
Yeah.
still hear about Warzone. You hear about Among Us constant. Like Among Us is like the game to me.
Isn't that like an older game though?
It is. It just blew up now. But it's
Yeah.
like every streamer, if you go down YouTube, it's just everyone's playing Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost feel like that's like the cheap answer for multiplayer though, because like it's like I don't know, like it's got a lot of good co-op with it. I mean, the multiplayer aspect is there, but like I don't think that it's as good as something as a Fall Guys where it's like huge, you know, like it's more of a party game than it is anything else. Like you said, it's just like playing a Jackbox game, and like you don't see Jackbox games on best multiplayer, which if anything they should be. If you're gonna put Among Us on best multiplayer, I feel like Jackbox should at least make a little bit of an appearance on there. Not saying like knock off any of these other ones, but like you can't put like Among Us on when it's pretty much Jackbox light, you know?
Yeah.
So literally, like we were playing Jackbox the other night, and there was a game that was pretty much Among Us, like but with like a couple like added and like different aspects. So it's like, and that was one of the 5 games you get in like that bundle. So that's the only reason why I don't want to discount it, but I want to say like move to the side for this, at least this specific like thing. But what do we got next?
We got best sport and racing.
Does anyone have any eggs in any basket for this?
I do.
I was gonna say you better say I do because nobody can see your hand raised.
Oh, I do. No, I just.
It's a podcast.
Yeah, I thought our audience was actually lifting
Yeah,
our
that's why I
hand.
looked at
So
you
that's
raise a
why I
hand
was
and she
like-
raised a hand.
So, but yeah, I do. The choices are Dirt 5, F1 2020, FIFA 21, NBA 2K21, and Tony Hawk. I have to absolutely give it to Tony Hawk, not just because of the revival of the game, but the fact that they actually added so many cool things to it again.
I
On
feel
the
like it should
revival,
win. Yeah.
that was really good.
I-
And it didn't get a lot of popularity like it should. It was like Tony Hawk's coming, and then it was like super big, and then it
Gone.
got released, and then that was all you heard from it. It was just
but
that.
That's the era we live in too
Yeah.
now. Like games are huge for those first 2 to 3 weeks,
And then that's it.
And then yeah,
But in reality, I play a little bit. I played a little bit of it. I don't own it myself, but it's one of those games that I can't wait to buy.
Okay.
Because it's actually quite entertaining. Brings me back to those like olden days, and then
It's on
as a
sale right
sport
now.
itself is really really good. So
it's on sale right now. It's like $30.
I feel like out of all of them, that's probably the most deserving.
Yeah.
Because like, no offense to NBA, but it's literally the same thing every
Yeah.
year. It's just a little bit of a change to like the graphics maybe, and then a roster update. So
even the racing was like even the racing ones I'm a little on. 'cause
Racing's
I was
kind of
like,
weak this year.
Yeah, because I was like, it's really weak. Dirt 5 wasn't that great. F1 2020 wasn't that great. I think Gran Turismo got more clout than anything when it came to F1.
I was gonna say
So-
2K or Tony Hawk, and I think Tony Hawk's gonna get it because it's kind of a wild card. Like that's not gonna be in the category every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
This came out this year. It was a revival of a beloved series.
Mm.
It has a lot going for it to win, and people who aren't traditionally into sports games like Tony Hawk games.
Oh, yeah.
So people who probably wouldn't even vote for a sports game is gonna vote now because Tony Hawk's
Oh,
in it.
absolutely. Like I did. I'm not really into sports games. If anything, the only real sport is like racing game I ever played was Need for Speed, and that's one of the only games I really quite enjoyed, other than Gran Turismo 4. But
yeah.
I wouldn't really
Didn't
vote
Crash
for any
Team Racing
racing.
come out this year, or is that last year?
Last year.
Last year.
Last year. Okay. Was that even a part of that category last year or no?
I think it
I
was
don't
multiplayer.
remember.
I think.
I don't remember.
I was gonna say that'd be sad. All right. So next is best sim/strategy. This is another one where I don't really have many eggs in the basket. If I were going to say who was going to win, I'd say it's a toss-up between Flight Simulator and Tactics.
You read my mind.
But other than those two, there's Crusader Kings 3, Desperados 3, and then XCOM Chimera Squad.
Yeah.
Like, not that I just don't know those other ones, but
Yeah.
like just based off of like
What I've
name
seen,
alone,
yeah.
like it's gonna be. If I had to choose between the two, I'd probably say it's gonna be Flight Simulator.
Yeah,
Just
Flight
'cause,
Simulator
like,
got a lot
That's
of
what I
like,
voted for too, because I was like, oh, it's between these two.
It's got
Yeah.
a lot of spotlight this year, Flight
Yeah.
Simulator.
Yeah,
Even if people are just like making memes off of it or just doing wacky shit in the game,
Yeah.
it got a lot. It was talked about a lot.
Yeah.
My runner up for that would be Gears Tactics because a lot of people are talking about that too.
yeah.
No, see, I didn't hear much about it.
I just know it's a thing. It's the
I didn't even know.
Well,
was a
when it
thing,
came to
actually.
PC, because it was there first, and then it
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
to Series X. But they said people were talking about it like surprised with how competent it was. Like it was getting a lot of good reviews.
Maybe I'll check it out.
The other games, I don't have enough. I don't know enough.
the fact that they're number 3 in their line of games, and like I haven't heard of the first two, is enough to make me be like, yeah, I don't know what the hell this is.
Yeah.
Like it has to be like some like weirdly niche crowd that's like, these are great. Which if that's your shit, let us know. But I mean, I've never heard of them before. Family game for the next one, I don't know if I agree with all these as like family games.
I agree with
Like it
one.
feels weird.
I wouldn't call it Crash for a family game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call any of them family games really. Like I feel like the description is like for the best game appropriate for family play.
That's what they should say.
Yeah.
But like even then it's like, so like for context, Animal Crossing, Crash Bandicoot 4, Fall Guys, Mario Kart Live, Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario.
It's gonna be Minecraft or Animal Crossing.
Minecraft, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't
too.
even think that I played that. That wasn't a family game, dude.
A lot of kids played it. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
But like when I'm thinking of like a family game, I'm thinking like you're all gathering around the couch and you're all like playing this game, tossing the controller to each other and like having a good time. You know, that's what like I feel like a family game is. Like if it was a kid game, like best kid game, yeah, sure, Minecraft could get that. But like for family, like
Out of these, but what else is like? Crash is not winning that.
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario
Mario
is not winning that.
No.
I don't think Mario Kart Live Circuit is. That literally just came out,
and
and
it
not
did-
as many people bought it
Yeah.
enough to even make that a thing.
And definitely not Animal Crossing.
You don't think Animal Crossing has a shot?
I think Animal Crossing
just because
has a
it's
shot.
so big and everybody bought it, that it has a shot.
I think Animal Crossing has a shot solemnly for the fact that there's so many people, even to the
Yeah.
point that there's a Discord
Yeah.
where like everybody reunites, even if they're not like technically family. You're always like trading things or going and visiting someone. So it's like you have that playability of connecting with like a family member or something about it.
I'm gonna say Animal Crossing
Yeah.
is the front runner, and I think Minecraft has a shot.
Yeah.
Just because of the pedigree of being part of Minecraft, and kids just eat that up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Mario Kart Live just because I feel like that makes the most sense as a family game. I don't think it's gonna win.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not talking about making sense.
Yeah, no.
I'm just
Yeah.
talking about what it's
That's
going
the
to get
thing.
it.
I win is definitely gonna be one of those two that you said. It's not gonna be Fall Guys. Fall Guys
Yeah.
is not a family game by any means. I feel like Mario Kart Live makes the most sense as a family game because it's like something that you can get the family together to do.
Yeah.
And like set
Yeah.
up the track and like have a good time with like you would do that with your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you guys would have
For
a
sure.
great time doing that. Like unless the stairs got involved, then it would be a bad time. But like,
Gonna have a bad time.
exactly.
Don't pizza when
But-
you're supposed to French fry.
I feel like that's a weird group for
Yeah.
family games. Like,
Yeah, it is.
it's just odd. I didn't feel comfortable voting for it, so I haven't yet. For
I
that,
could've
one.
put,
I think that
well, no,
Jack-
you couldn't. Never
I
mind.
think that for that one, I would have agreed with putting Jackbox in it too.
I don't know about Jackbox, man. That game gets kind of raunchy. That's made for adults.
Oh, I've played Jackbox with my family, and even if it's raunchy, we still have a crazy ass time.
Yeah,
and we've
okay.
had young kids in there.
Okay, I can
But
get
see,
behind
the
that.
only
Like
thing
I
that
would
takes-
say because of that, because of experience, but,
But
yeah,
the only thing that messes that up is the word appropriate they put in here.
yeah.
Like,
Well, you-
so while you may play it with your family,
Yeah. Well, you-
generally speaking, they wouldn't probably deem it appropriate
Right.
to be with
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So next is best fighting.
This
Unfortunately,
is-
we don't have your buddy.
I
on,
know.
to like
Yeah,
talk
this
about
would have been
this.
great.
Well, the next episode comes out on the day of. I could get him to write in and be like, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I mean, if I had to pick from all of these, it's gonna be either Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's what
For
it's
me,
going to be.
yeah, it's Mortal Kombat 11.
But like, One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows. Talk about a game that nobody knows.
Yeah, right?
yeah.
Under Night in Birth, EXE late bracket CL-R close bracket.
yeah.
What the hell is that?
They're not. That's
think-
not going to win just because they're not going to want to read it off the card.
I think the only 3 games that would be well known is Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and for those who are still in the arcade, like into the arcade style, like fighting games,
What, Grand Blue?
is Grand Blue. Yeah, because Grand Blue is very Marvel vs. Capcom type fighting game, and there's still a niche out there for it. So,
Mortal Kombat.
but Mortal Kombat's gonna get it. Like,
I feel like Mortal Kombat deserves it, man.
Yeah.
this year.
yeah, I mean,
hell
they,
yeah.
they did
Good
great
shit.
this time around.
That Mortal Kombat was amazing.
Yeah,
I love the new thing that they did instead of fatalities was like friendships or
Friendship.
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
they
it was
brought
just
it
like
back.
yeah.
that was some cool shit.
I ain't
loved
seen
that.
friendship since like Mortal Kombat 3.
3. Yeah.
That was great. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them. One of those two big names, I feel.
This next one has like 3
This-
that makes sense for
yeah.
winning. But all right, I guess I'll read this one off.
All right.
This is best role playing game. It's Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, Yakuza Like a Dragon. I think Final Fantasy is going to edge it just because it's the pedigree of being Final Fantasy VII Remake that everybody waited forever to
Yeah.
get. But I feel like Genshin, with how popular that shit got,
Also,
Yeah.
the
has
second
a
sentence.
has a really big shot
Yeah.
at winning that.
But you know what? I also have to give it to Yakuza. Because Yakuza came out like a bang with this game, and it actually got like a lot of people involved when it came to like the drop at least. So when like the game first dropped, it was like just like every other game, it was popular, but like there's such a hidden like love for the Yakuza games that this one really pushed the envelopes on like what you could do and everything.
Yeah.
And it really became special.
I believe.
So
I believe
I
that.
think it would be between, like you said, Genshin. My vote still went for my favorite because, you know, Final Fantasy is my thing. Even though I wanted to kill that genre like a few episodes ago, but if I were to say that the game that would win, it would be between Genshin and Yakuza.
I think it's gonna be Genshin, dude. Because if you read the description of it, I feel like it fits it perfectly. It says for the best game design with a rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences.
Right. Which
that right there is Genshin and an Impact.
Genshin Impact, to the max. Because every character can be, every class can be played any form of way, and you have full customizability. Plus,
And the
you can
multiplayer.
play with multi people. Yeah.
I don't know if you can do that with Final Fantasy. I've never.
Final Fantasy, I don't know yet, but
That's
it
just
fits
me.
What, to
into,
play
like,
multiplayer?
yeah.
Remake. Can
I
you
don't
play
think
multiplayer
Remake
with that?
has a
I
multiplayer.
don't think there's
So, like,
multiplayer in it.
Not that I think that disqualifies it, but I feel like that like it takes it down a peg for like what the description that they're giving for best role playing is. Because while I haven't played Genshin Impact yet, that right there is the description of the game. Just throw a couple like ooh-woos in the description, and then it's Genshin. You know.
I think I'm gonna stick with Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Just
same.
because of the Genshin is right there though. But I think I'm gonna stick with Final Fantasy only because of it being what it is.
What
like
it is,
this was another Final Fantasy game. I say Genshin, but this specific Final Fantasy, like it had so much hype and people waited for so long. Like I think it might. I don't know. There's definitely an argument for Genshin, but I think I'm personally just gonna rest in the Final Fantasy.
This next one is making me scared to answer. It's stacked, my boys, for the best action adventure category.
Ooh, they actually put Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so for the best action adventure game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving.
Yo, this is rough.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps,
That's not one.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order,
That's not one.
The Last of Us Part 2,
All right, let's get rid of Will o' the Wisp and Fallen Order.
which are both great games.
Great
Yes.
games. But I'm just talking about.
Yes.
We're only talking about by comparison.
Yes.
Those two are out. So it's
Sadly.
really between Last of Us 2, Miles Morales, Ghost of Tsushima, and Valhalla, which is still hard to really. But I think, honestly, and I didn't play it yet, I just hear great things, but I don't think Valhalla's been in people's minds long enough to compete. And I think that has to go. I think Spider-Man, even you could say the same for Spider-Man, but I think that stays in it based off the fact that it's right off the back of Spider-Man PS4. So it's kind of not riding the coattails because it stands on its own as an amazing game. For me, I think it's between Spider-Man, Last of Us, and Ghost of Tsushima.
I think we're taking Last of Us out of it.
Think so?
I think I take Last of Us out of it because while I love the story of Last of Us, I am not a fan of the traversal.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
That's one thing where I will take it down. Like combat, I'm not great at, but I like it.
Not better than these other two, though.
Yeah. And then puzzle solving, it's kind of there with like having to sneak around and whatnot, but you get that in Miles Morales with like the areas that you have to like, you know, clear silently, and you have to like the new turning invisible function, like, and then I feel like it's between Ghosts and Marvel, Spider-Man.
Right.
I gave it to Ghost because even though I haven't experienced like Miles Morales firsthand, my split was between watching a few gameplays between Ghost and Valhalla, but the puzzle solving and the puzzle solving of it, I kind of have to give it a little bit towards Ghost. Because of those like little tiny little niches and details, you have to pay attention to the story to solve certain puzzles. Other than that, it's like I said, you guys, you know, you have your first hand experience at Miles. I haven't played it yet, but my choice will be a Ghost.
I haven't played Ghost, but I believe in Ghosts.
Right.
From what you guys tell me, from what I've seen of it.
I've platinum both, and I think I give it to Spider-Man overall. because I feel like Ghost of Tsushima edges out in the combat because like you have a little bit more options of what you want to do, but then Spider-Man swings back, no pun intended, with the traversal.
Yeah.
Like the traversal with Spider-Man is so much more fun than just riding around on the horse with a Jin, I think his name is. I haven't played it.
And if we just base it off traversal, nothing.
But then
beats
even the
Spider-Man.
puzzle solving though, I consider like taking down like the what are they called, like the strongholds, like silently, like I consider that to almost be a puzzle because like you're trying to figure out how to like take everyone out without not like alerting everyone.
Or when you got the bases with the guys who got the lasers and you got to go high so you can get those guys.
Exactly, like that's almost puzzle solving to me. And then with Ghost of Tsushima, like I don't even remember much puzzles like going on. I don't remember because like most of the time when you were playing the game, if you didn't know what to do, you just swiped up on the D-pad and you get your guiding wind to tell you where to go or where to look, you know? And it's... I think I give it to Spider-Man, and that's not even just because of, like, going off the hype of it, because I love both games. Like,
but best believe the hype is going to factor in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People voting.
The winner will be Spider-Man, but I feel like the winner for, like, me is also Spider-Man, just based on, like, what the description is. While the combat can somewhat be tedious in Spider-Man, because like it's the same like couple moves with like dodging and whatnot, you have a different arsenal of your technology, so you can change it up a bit. It is weird with like, I don't know if you remember the fucking AI bots.
Yeah.
Those were I didn't use them once.
Me neither.
Like I thought that was the biggest waste. Like I wish we had from the first game, the heavy web, where you would just like hit them really hard and they would just like splat against the wall. Like I just changed those two out and I would have been happy. But I feel like I give it to Spider-Man, man. I think Spider-Man wins it.
I almost wish I had a chance to play Valhalla just so I had a first-hand experience with it.
Yeah.
Even though I still kind of stick with what we're saying, the
That's
praise
hard,
that
man.
game is getting makes me wish I played it firsthand to make a better choice.
That's really hard. That's probably the hardest one that we've... I feel like that's even harder than Game of the Year once we get to that, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like that is the hardest category.
Yeah.
But yeah. So next,
I mean, yeah.
You got
So
nothing?
the next category is best action. So the description is for the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat.
I already know who wins this.
And I have to give it to Streets of Rage 4.
Really?
Yeah.
that came out of nowhere for
I
me.
love Streets of Rage 4, but I don't think it's gonna win. And I've played that. I've beaten Streets of Rage 4 like
I've seen
like 5 times. I love it. So it's addictive as shit.
Like I feel like Doom's gonna win it.
That's what I
I
was
was
gonna say.
thinking-
Like I think Doom's gonna win it, and the reason being is because I saw some gameplay from Hades when one of our friends was playing it last Friday, and to me, in a combat standpoint, for a button masher, I would 100% would enjoy Streets of Rage 4 over Hades. Storytelling, Hades, yeah, it's a little better because it has like more in-depth story to it. But if we're just purely like focusing on full just combat, I think I give it to Streets of Rage 4.
I still think Doom gets it, man.
So-
Because like it's not like a button masher. Like you're actually like aiming and like trying to kill these things that are attacking you. Plus you get like those dope kill animations.
Which
like,
is like I said, like I know Doom's gonna win it.
Yeah.
But in my heart, I'm giving it to Streets of Rage 4.
Yo, I'm going with Hades. I played so
Really?
much Hades. Yes. I know that sounds crazy now.
You have first-hand experience
Yeah.
with
I
Hades.
love Hades.
Just for context, there are also Half-Life Alyx and Neo 2 in the
Yes.
category, but obviously none of
Well,
us are
Half-Life
choosing that.
Alyx was good, but I think it's good for
It's a
being
niche crowd. That's
It's a next
it's
gen.
VR.
Yeah. Plus, it was a VR game, so it's just so much you can do there.
I'm sticking to Hades. I'm just holding it down for Hades just because I played it so much.
I feel that. I gotta try that out still, but yeah. I feel like Doom wins it. Just
Yeah, I
because
think
of
Doom's gonna win
popularity.
it.
That's the only thing.
But
yeah.
yeah, my
Alright.
heart still falls for Streets of Rage 4 though.
This next one's worded
That's
weird.
just for you,
Yo,
Aaron. That's just for you, Aaron.
I want Streets of Rage 4 to win. If they would have win, I'd be like, yes, man. I just don't think they're going to.
Just throwing it out there, just for AO. That's
Yeah.
for you.
That's a squad right there.
All right. So this next one is innovation in accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
Sorry, but we already know who's gonna win that. At least I
mean,
do.
So we got for options Valhalla, Grounded, which I forgot was coming out,
What?
Hyper Root, don't know what that
Hyper
is.
Dot.
That's
Hyper
another
Dot. I don't know how to read. Last of Us Part 2, and Watch Dogs Legion.
Last of Us 2.
I feel like it's Last of Us 2. I could see
It has-
Watch Dogs be a sleeper.
It might be a sleeper, but Last of Us had so many accessibility options in that damn game.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like getting praised for the amount of accessibility it had.
Yeah.
I
I feel like Valhalla's still gonna win it. I did vote for
I just can't
The
vote
Last
for
of
it.
Us, but
I can't vote for Valhalla for anything, man. Out of principle that it's an Assassin's Creed game, I cannot vote for it. Best VR AR. Do we even want to talk about this? Because I don't
Yes.
have VR or AR.
I'm trying to think of what's in here.
I can say for a fact
It's going to be Half-Life.
it's gonna be Half-Life, because
I could see it being Dreams though, because of how much like you can do in that game.
That shit ain't
it's
winning.
no.
It's
gonna be
not people. Not enough people have played it.
no.
Is
People
it
don't-
Half-Life because of the meme? Though?
No.
It's Half-Life
It's-
because it's Half-Life, but it was all
Yeah.
actually good too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dreams had mixed reviews. Half-Life had, for people who played it,
Yep.
reviewed fantastic.
I didn't even know there was an Iron Man VR until I saw this.
That's
Yeah.
how you know it's not winning.
Yeah.
But I don't remember when it dropped, but nobody talked about it.
Yeah.
Even this Walking Dead game, Saints and Sinners.
I don't know anything
What
about
the
it.
hell is that?
I don't know.
It was very, very bad. It was
But, like,
a poor.
the-
It was
the
a poor.
name.
It was a poor execution to a freaking Walking Dead game,
Yeah.
and it did not work well.
And then in the Squadrons, it's like
That ain't winning.
it's not winning because it's
The reviews were too mixed.
yeah.
You either loved it or you hated it, or it was confusing and you couldn't it was too mixed.
All right. So we got next up is best community support. I want to read that description. You want me to do it?
Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates / patches.
All right. So Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valorant.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I voted for Apex because they've been coming up with a lot, and there has been a lot of like actual support when it came to like just fandom and everything with it. But I know for a fact, like just like you said, Fortnite's gonna.
Once
win
it said inclusive of social media activity, when I
it's
immediately
Fortnite,
thought about
yeah.
the Travis Scott thing and
But I
all
don't
that
even know
shit.
if that's social. I feel like it might even be Fall Guys, because their social media is fire, dude.
that is true.
Their social media is fire. Their community is great. Like, how many viewers? Not to bring him back up, but Tim the Tatman, like when he couldn't get a win in Fall Guys, and like it literally got covered by ESPN, and like Fall Guys was like trolling him on Twitter the whole time, like you lost again, buddy, you lost again, and just kept messing with him.
Damn.
But I feel like it's Apex because like
Yeah.
after the
I-
things that have gone
After
wrong with the
After
game.
that E3 spectacle
Well-
that they fucking threw, that was fucking great. They really boomed.
But I'm talking more about like the fact that like they take the hate and then they go back on it. Like this season was such a prime example of like how to make things better. Like with this season, like I don't even think we mentioned it, but like I completely raged and uninstalled the game at one point.
We did cover that.
I think I mentioned it. I don't think I gave detail, but like just for context, like it was just a very bad experience with what's going on with the battle pass this season. Pretty much instead of leveling up and getting a level each time you leveled up, you have to earn 10 stars for every level now. Mm-hmm. And one of the challenges, just for an example, for half a star was to win 3 ranked games. Out of the 10 stars you need for one battle pass level that just gives you like a cosmetic skin or something.
Yeah.
So like terrible. And then outrage happened, obviously, because they completely switched it up. But they came back and they gave everyone who didn't even, I thought it was just the people who bought the battle pass. Apparently it was everyone. Free 10 levels.
Yeah.
Here's 10 levels for you for free. And then we're also switching back to the old challenge model, but we're still keeping the 10 stars. So the challenges are easier to do, but they're still the 10 star model because we're trying this out. So while not just completely reverting and just sticking their tail between their legs, they're like, well, we still want to try this out, we're sorry for the way we had it. Here's some free levels for you for when you did play, and then also it's back to a different way, and we're fixing it up a bit. And like it's been with that for like if there's a problem with a gun, if it's too overpowered, patch comes out in like maybe less than a month or so, depending on how bad it is.
I respect that choice.
Like obviously, I just feel like it just makes the most sense for them because they talk to the community the most, at least right now.
And I didn't know that. That's good information to know. I didn't know that.
At least they pay attention to the community.
Yeah, they at least care.
Yeah.
Right.
At least more than the average bear. Destiny 2 can fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they've been terrible.
No, they've.
And I don't even play Destiny, but I just heard how bad they've been.
I can tell you stories.
So the next one, I feel like, and I'm gonna give a unpopular opinion for the next one, and I know that it's gonna go again. And
These choices. I'm sorry.
So the best mobile game. So for the best game playable on a mobile device, we got Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, Legends of Runeterra, and Pokemon Cafe Mix.
What?
I am disqualifying Among Us.
You can't. What do you mean?
I don't think that should belong in this category at all because I just think it's a waste of time to play that game on mobile.
But there's like millions of people playing it on mobile.
I know, and I think it's a joke.
Like right now,
you can't disqualify it.
Right
no,
now,
from me, I'm not saying that like
it's
it's still a contender, and guess what? It's probably going to win.
Yeah,
but
for me,
like that's it.
For me, it loses. In my mind.
See, on the aspect of Genshin, when it comes to like Chris's aspect, I'm on his side, but with Genshin, because playing it on mobile is kind of fairly tough, and not only that,
I know most people play it on like PlayStation.
Yeah, so the PlayStation and the system and the PC is better. The PC took me outrageously long to freaking install. It took an 8-hour long to install, but it's a vastly different.
At least we can all agree that Call of Duty can go fuck itself.
Yeah, no, I don't ever want to play Call of Duty.
Good at the beginning, and then it just died.
No.
But Legends of Runeterra,
I won't even give you that.
out in the trash. I throw Legends of Runeterra right out in the trash. I don't care if it came from
I don't even know what
Riot
that
Games.
is.
It's Hearthstone for League of Legends.
Oh, well, that explains why I don't know what
honestly,
the fuck it is.
It was not great at all. Pokemon Cafe I didn't get to play. This is the first time I've heard of it. And
I don't know what the fuck that is either.
Yeah, but if I were to say, I'd give it to Among Us.
I think it's gonna be Among Us.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be Among Us. I just don't like that it's Among Us.
It's gonna be
I don't like that.
Be Among Us on the mobile. Yeah.
I don't even know. I looked up images of what Pokemon Cafe Mix are, and I could not tell you what the fuck this is just from pictures.
I don't know what that shit
is.
It
almost looks like Bejeweled Blitz, kinda. Where you like match like the colors almost, and like it like goes.
That is
away.
what that looks like.
But like I can't tell you that's what it is.
I don't fucking know.
Cause it's Pokemon, so it could be anything, man. For all I know.
All right, so we got.
Oh man, I lost the page. God damn it.
In the next one, we got Best Indie, and this is why I voted the way I did for the action. For outstanding creativity, technical achievement in a game made outside of the traditional publisher system. We have Carrion, Fall Guys, Hades,
fucking Hades, yo.
Spelunkin 2, and Spiritfarer.
I want to say before we go further, Spiritfarer looks slick, whatever the hell it is.
I heard good things about it.
Judging book from the cover of what that is, that looks slick.
When they showed the trailer for Spiritfarer in one of the Nintendo Directs, the Indie Directs, I was like, I want to play this shit. I never played it, but I was like, just from the visual, I want to play it.
Yeah.
So I gave it to Hades at this point because I think that out of all of these,
Hades.
Because out of all of these, Hades would be the best indie.
I think Hades wins. I'd like to see Carrion win.
I want to play Carrion.
I feel like Fall Guys
Carrion
wins
is good
from the popular vote.
I could see that happening. The Fall Guys.
The Fall Guys.
I think that Hades is the winner. From my point of view, I want Carrion, but then Fall Guys wins. Yeah. Because, obviously. And memes. But that's about it. I don't have many thoughts on Hades yet, just because like I haven't even seen gameplay of it yet, and like I don't know where I can play it even. Like that's how little I know about this game.
It's on PC.
PC
and Switch.
I was today's years old.
I said that on the podcast before when I talked about
That's
Switch.
how little I cared about it. I was like, nope, don't care.
Also, you humored me because I was like, I've been playing Hades. You're like, all right, I'm gonna try it. All right.
Sounds nice. Yeah, sure. That sounds like what I said. I definitely said that. Sure.
No,
but
I think I'm like with Chris. I haven't seen enough of Carrion, but I would.
That game
I would
looks
think,
so fucking cool.
I think Hades
does.
and Fall Guys would be like the two runner-up.
I feel like that's gonna be a game that we all are like, we want to play that so much, and then
Carrion.
none of us are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even gonna
Carrion
go
is
free to
that
play.
Alien game, right? Or like,
Yeah, you're the monster in the Alien movie, and it's so cool. But best ongoing award to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Apex, Destiny 2,
No.
Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky.
I think it's gonna be Apex.
I think it's gonna be Apex or Fortnite.
Yeah, one of those.
I almost want to give it to No Man's Sky because I played that recently, and that shit was fun.
I heard it's like fun now. I haven't played it, well, actually ever. I wanted to buy it
I
initially.
haven't played it ever.
'Cause when it was first getting hyped up, I
Right.
wanted
Yeah.
to buy it, and I didn't. And then all those bad reviews came out. I was like, well, I'm not buying it.
Same.
I played it on PC with Xbox Game Pass because you can get that on your PC, which is awesome. First of all,
You're gonna have to show me how to set that
you
up.
just pay $5.
I don't.
You go on the Xbox app and say, "Gimme." You don't have to show
Really?
you.
Huh.
You just say, "Gimme." But I played it with the boys over at Haptic, and it's funny because like we played like one night and we were having a great time, and then apparently there's this thing that can happen where like you're on a planet and you can get different ships and shit.
Okay.
And like you can buy different ships at like the hangar bay once you get to that, or like on a planet they'll just randomly be a new ship,
You can just,
and it's there. And Brett decided, you know what? I want this ship because it looks cool. Turns out you're supposed to fix the ship before you like say that
take
you want it.
Yeah.
Because what you have to do is you say, I want this ship. You get rid of your ship, and that's now your ship. This broken one. And you have to fix it before you can fly it.
That's pretty fun. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, but like he's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to build the shit. So like we haven't played since.
Oh no.
And like Josh and I even were like, dude, we'll come to that planet, we'll help you gather the resources, and then we'll get you that ship and we'll go and we'll continue the game. Because there's actually like a plot to the game now. And I was like, let's do it. And then just
No. Just
guys
no
wanna play
ship.
Apex? Like but yeah, Apex wins this in my eyes.
Yeah.
As much as I think Fortnite is a contender, I almost don't anymore because I feel like Fortnite's kind of dying down, which is kind of nice.
Surprising, actually.
I was gonna say Warzone, but I was like, I feel like
No.
Not with all the like the
With
glitches
the
and
bugs
the
and
hacks.
the glitches, yeah.
that's why I didn't say anything. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, but then I was like, I was gonna say Apex, but then you made a good point about No Man. I don't know.
The only
I don't
reason
know.
why Warzone doesn't get it is because they have like a room of people manually reviewing the
Yeah.
cheating reports, and that's it. They don't have an anti-cheat software installed in their game, and it's a free-to-play game. So if you do get caught with your cheat software, guess what happens?
Nothing.
Oh, hey Google, can I have another email? Oh, thanks.
Right, and you're
Guess
right back
what?
in the
New Call of
game.
Duty game. Reinstall those cheats, and you're good to go. So, the best ongoing if they fix their fucking game, maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
This next one, I don't think I have played any of these games.
I don't have
Or
a clue
heard
of
of
any of them.
I mean, Spiritfarer is on there. I didn't play it, but I actually know about it.
I think
I
that's-
heard a lot about Kentucky. Well, all right. Games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. If found,
Love the art style just from that thumbnail.
Kentucky Route Zero TV edition, Spiritfarer, Tell Me Why, and Through the Darkest of Times.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a Game Award.
But yeah, I don't want to vote here for I don't want to vote because I don't know anything about the game. So I don't
I
wanna,
haven't played any of these, and I don't know anything about them.
I don't know enough about them to play anymore.
I can say I've heard good things about Kentucky Route Zero and Spiritfarer, but that's it. I just heard
Yeah.
good things.
Yeah, same. I haven't voted on anything on that
yeah.
just because I don't know.
I'm gonna do more research before we do the live stream, I think, and then
Yeah.
I can make an educated decision because I don't know if I'll be able to play all 5 of those games by next week, but we'll see what happens. So next one,
Oh,
Best
this is
performance.
no.
and I'm gonna make Nicko angry.
No.
I am too, because I thought about this.
No.
Awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and /or performance capture. So we got Ashley Johnson as Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2. We got Laura Bailey as Abby in The Last of Us Part 2. Daisuke Tsuji, I'm bad at pronunciation, as Jin Sakai in Ghost of Tsushima. Logan Cunningham as Hades. And Naji Jeter as Miles Morales. And obviously, Miles Morales Spider-Man. So, it's a hard choice. But my choice is Abby.
If I say Laura Bailey killed that role.
You know what I'm gonna say? Like, I haven't actually voted on this category because of the fact that I just this weekend I just got to day one Seattle with Abby. And I've only gotten young Abby appearance and then that little midpoint game like cliffhanger with. And then like a few of the little
It's been out
like,
long enough so you could say shit.
flashbacks. No, but I mean like like I'm trying to remember like the spots. It's like the flashback where Abby kills Joel and so on and so forth. Those
Spoilers if you didn't know
Yeah,
that
if
for
you
some
didn't know
reason.
that.
Play
Yeah, sorry
Last
about
of Us 2 by now, you're Nicko.
So, well, hey, I'm halfway through. Either way, those performances, like looking back between both playing Ellie and the voice acting throughout the game, and then watching the cinematics, I am so torn because in the gameplay aspect of it all, Ellie Johnson, she did great voice acting for Ellie throughout
she's
the
great.
gameplay. But the cinematics, I have to give it to Laura.
Oh no, I give it to Laura no matter what.
So,
Laura
like I said,
gets-
like gameplay wise, I can't quite really tell. That's why I'm torn and I haven't voted yet. But cinematic wise, I
That's
give
what
it
this
to
is
Laura.
for. This is all it's for. Nothing about
but
gameplay.
It's
It's about the
both
performance.
voiceover and performance.
Laura
It's like,
But that's not
Bailey-
gameplay. That's
Laura-
not how she plays.
but it's voiceover during the gameplay.
Laura Bailey is Abby. I've never had a character make me, I fucking hated you, and then as it goes on, I'm like, you know what?
You
Never
are doing
mind.
literally. I've never fallen in love with a character more than Laura Bailey as Abby, because Abby, you hate her and then you love her.
Yeah.
and you're
know.
like, I know why you did this, and you were right for doing it,
I know.
and there's
Right.
no reason for me to be mad at you
I know.
at all.
Right in the shortcut. Like when I
Because
saw
you know
that,
at least
I was,
what Joel did.
I know what Joe did.
'Kay.
And the moment I saw that scene, I was like, fuck.
And like we can talk about Last of Us 1 from this. Joel was never a good person
No.
from the start.
Yeah.
Like, just because we played as him in the first game, there was no reason to like him besides the fact that he was a guy that lost his daughter and he wanted to replace his daughter pretty much. He didn't want to, but he ended up doing it, and then once he had it, he didn't want to lose it.
Right.
Right.
And honestly, man, Joel's a dick. Like, straight
Yeah.
up. All that first game treated fucking Elliot like Ellie. Yeah, right, Ellie. I was thinking of Clementine for some reason in my head from Walking Dead. I was like, I said the name wrong. But no, like, treated her like shit the whole time until the end when he
Yeah.
started caring. And then treated everyone else in the world like shit, even his own fucking brother. Like, and
I just respect
Yeah.
the fact that Last of Us as a game totally attacked the stereotype of like video games and you're just killing random NPCs. You're
Right.
just a murderous person, but you're still a good guy. And then Last of Us, you kill all these people and it comes back to haunt you later.
Haunt you later,
Yeah.
yeah. Which is something that I found super like heart-wrenching when I saw that scene. Like when I saw the scene where like freaking Abby shows up at the hospital, and I'm like, I played the first game 4 times and I've murdered him 4 times. And I
Yeah.
not once thought of anything that could have come from that specific scene until this moment of like, oh shit.
yeah.
Like, I was super surprised. So I'm definitely probably gonna go for Laura, but I'm gonna play The Last of Us just one more day just to like solidify my own
It will
thoughts.
get solidified too.
And here's the thing: will she win? Don't think so.
That's the one thing. I don't
don't
want it to
think
get
so.
spoiled either. I don't think so. I don't
No,
think
it's not even with spoilers.
like,
I don't think with what happened because of that game,
Yeah.
people are going to vote for her. And
Yeah.
then I think what's going to happen is people are going to vote for Ellie because
In spite.
in spite of her.
Yeah,
Which I don't think is
sucks 'cause
fair.
it's not fair.
It's not cool.
Because literally, Abby is the best character in that game. And hands down, I mean, Jesse was pretty dope too.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, my homie.
Rest
Jesse.
in peace.
Baby Jesse is the...
This is
Future.
the only category I'm just like, I don't want Spider-Man to win it.
I mean, I liked his performance. I don't
It
know
was
if the-
great.
I just
Yeah.
have
He just
I
didn't. He was great, but he didn't. If he were to win, I think it would be just off of the hype that game is fresh.
Yeah. There were a couple moments that were like close to being like, you know.
Yeah. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
I feel like Jin Sakai in Ghost of Tsushima, I almost feel like the voice acting with like, because that's the English voice actor. You can actually play the game with Japanese, and also there's another way. I think it's Japanese, but with like black and white filter. And like, I like the game more in Japanese.
A lot of people said that.
Yeah.
Like, unless I'm wrong and they were both the same person, I don't remember them. It didn't sound familiar to me. I could be wrong,
Right.
to be fair. But even with that, like, I don't think that the motion capture was great for the facial animation, because most of the time, like, they kind of, like, after you play a little bit further into the game, they kind of give you, like, cool face masks and stuff to make you not want to have a face, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they don't have to do facial animation, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, that needs to be, like, amazing, but I don't know, man. It's 100% Laura.
Yeah.
Like, you can, even from the thumbnails they chose,
Yeah.
like, of these two pictures, it's like, okay, so who put in the most, like, effort into their performance of these two people? Ellie's just over here like, ooh, I'm super mad. I got blood on me. And then Laura's over here,
That's what
like,
she said in that scene.
had Taco Bell for a full week. Like, fuck yeah, it's Laura.
And you scroll past,
Laura, I love you.
and Jin Sakai is like, I gave them Taco Bell for a full week.
Exactly. And then Hades is just like, I'm watching.
Right.
But I don't know. It's 100% Laura. Moving on from there, best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design: Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil, and The Last of Us Part 2.
I didn't play majority of these.
And Ant's tired again.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This is the second episode in a row we get
My
an
bad.
Ant, you know.
My bad. It's not going to happen again. It will, but it will.
It will happen next week.
Yeah.
I feel like Doom wins it because isn't that like fucking like just metal music
Super
playing while you
metal
murder
music, I
like
think.
demons?
I mean, I heard the sound was good. I heard the sound was good in all of these.
Yeah.
Besides, I didn't hear much about the audio in Resident Evil. I heard a lot about the audio in Ghost of Tsushima.
heard about the
and obviously, I
visuals.
played Last of Us.
For me, Ghost of Tsushima was like a visual thing for me. Like literally, I just kept being in photo mode the whole time. Like while the audio was great, I wasn't like, wow, this audio is so good. I was just more focused on the video aspect of it.
Yeah.
And like the visuals.
Yeah, I think for audio design, I myself give it to Doom because of the audio. Like, the in-game audio was super clean. And not only that, it brought back, like, some memories with, like, the old, like, monster screeches and shit. And that was pretty cool.
Well, time out actually, because now I'm looking at the next one.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that Doom wins that one compared because this is audio design. Just for a little spoily in the future, the next one's best score and music.
I give that to The Last of Us because the music was great on that one.
Oh, I was gonna say Doom got
I
that.
switched it because I really like the audio on that. On the
Well,
on the
wait,
Doom.
because I got comments on that too. What are we choosing for best audio? Let's just move on.
Best audio design, I'm saying Doom Eternal.
Yeah,
For me,
same.
All right, for audio design, sure, I'll give it to Doom. Score, I'm not giving it to Doom. A score is bigger than
bigger,
audio
yeah.
design. I feel like that's for what they give us, which is Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Last of Us, I'd say it's either Last of Us or Final Fantasy.
Yeah. For me, it was actually Ori. For me, it was Ori or The Last of Us.
I didn't play this Ori.
Ori had such great music. Like Chris was streaming
Ori's
it one
just
time, and like just the music was really good.
I love the first one. I need to get to the second one.
Like I accidentally played the second one before the first one. I found out because I got it on Game Pass, and when I looked up Ori, the only one that showed up was this one, and I was like, oh, well, it's the only one, so it has to be the first one because it's free on Game Pass.
Right.
Yeah.
But it turns out it was the second one.
It was the second one, yeah.
I need to go back and play the first one and then resume my playthrough.
I got the first one on my Switch. I just been meaning to like take the time to play it.
I feel like that Ori is one of those games where like it deserves so much, but it's getting put up against like these like stacked competitors.
Juggernauts.
And it's like it's almost not fair to the game because like Ori is amazing, but then you have things like Last of Us 2 and Final Fantasy 7 remake. It's like who's gonna vote for Ori when you have those two in the same category? No matter what the category is, even if it was best indie, people would vote for fucking Last of Us 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Like that's
why is this here?
Yeah.
Hades had good score too, but I don't think it stacks up better than the others.
Yeah.
Yeah. I give it to The Last of Us just because I got the soundtrack just for the sheer fact that it was so good, clean, and I just liked it.
I could give it to Last of Us. I had the theme on pretty much all since I got the game until the end of the last time I touched my PS4 before I transferred all the stuff over. So I could give it to Last of Us. I love that stuff. But
this next one's like an obvious one for me.
Oh, this one's an obvious one for me though. Hopefully.
So best art direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in the artistic design and animation. For me, out of this list, which was Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori, and Last of Us 2.
It's Ghost, right?
It's Ghost.
It's
man.
Ghost.
It's gotta be Ghost. I haven't even played it, and I've seen it, and I know it's Ghost.
Even I went for Ghost. I was like, I saw Final Fantasy and Ghost, and I was like, nah, Ghost had like just that special art style that just.
And that's the thing. It's the second category in a row. If it wasn't Ghost, it'd be Ori for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ori looks beautiful.
And that's the thing. Like, it's such a beautiful game. Like, while Last of Us is like dark and dismal and gross, like, and it gets you that guttural feeling of ew, like. Fucking Ori, you look at that
but
shit.
that's all it invokes is ew.
Yeah.
Like everything else invokes so much more.
Ori gives you almost all of that because like you look at it and it's gorgeous, and then you get to like some of the bosses or the like monsters, and you're like, holy shit, that's gross and scary. Get me away. Mm-hmm. I can't speak for Hades because I haven't played it. Obviously, you guys can say for that.
The art style for Hades is
it's cool.
It's good. It's clean. It's 8-bit.
It's
fast
just like
motion.
anime, it looks like from the thumbnail, so I didn't even know it was 8-bit.
Well, no, the actual
no,
game.
It's not like 8-bit. It's like
just pixel.
It's definitely pixelated 16-bit though.
That came out that I could compare it to from the same exact developer. Fuck, I can't think of it right now. Bastion. You play Bastion?
Bastion, yeah.
No,
it looks
don't play
like
games,
that.
guys. Well,
Shovel Knight.
video game. Shovel. I got you. I'm
go.
in the same realm.
No, I don't like Shovel Knight because Shovel Knight's like 16-bit. This is a little bit cleaner than that.
Well,
It's like
yeah.
64
It's like
bit.
It's like a 64-bit game.
I would say it's like a cleaned up 32-bit game. Like a I don't
like
know
a
how to
60
explain.
frame per second 32-bit game.
Yeah, like I'd put it
I know.
there.
I get the gist. It's I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of those games that much anymore. Not that I think it's like a bad thing. It's just like when you have the technology to do the things that you can do with like Ghost of Tsushima or even Final Fantasy VII, it's almost like why are you doing that with?
Well, because that's the kind of games that company makes, though.
I guess it was just like
They might have the reason. They're an indie developers.
everyone has listen. They have the technology.
Well, they clearly excel here.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It's probably great. It's just it's not for me. I know it's not for me.
All right.
But I will let it be for other people, and I'm not going to talk against it.
All right.
So the next one we got best narrative.
This one we already know who goes for this one.
We'll read the description in the nominees, and I'll make the decision for that.
All right. So the description for this is for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. And for the lineup, we got 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim.
What?
We got Final Fantasy Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us.
So it's Last of Us, right?
Right. Like,
Yeah.
That's a very obvious choice on that one. Like the narrative for that was like, but a twist. Like
Yeah.
at every point.
I feel like
So.
narrative for Last of Us just supersedes all these other ones. Cause
Yeah.
like, well,
Like you have a lot of tropes on the rest of these.
I feel like Ghost of Tsushima is like second place for it, but it's like a
Yeah.
very simple story of just like.
Well, yeah, like I said, you have very
They
very
told me
high
that
tropes
I gotta
on
be
all
this
these.
way, but I don't want to be that way. I'm more this way because this lady said that she liked me.
That's the new voice on the show.
Yeah, right.
I am retiring Sigourney, and that is the voice now.
But yeah,
That's Jin Sakai.
Yeah.
That's the white version of it.
but if you had to look at like the narratives of most of these games, I can't tell for 13 Sentinels because I never played it. But you have very high tropes with Final Fantasy's time travel. Then you have Ghost of Tsushima, revenge. Then you have Hades, is very much like revenge. And then you have The Last of Us, which is technically could be revenge, but since you're playing both sides of the story,
It's like revenge, but
it
with
hits
what's his
so many
name?
other points. Yeah.
The fucking director that just twists and turns.
What's his name? I forget his name now.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
He's the guy who did Transformers, right?
No, it's Michael Bay.
Oh, is that the guy's name?
No, it's Michael Bay.
Oh.
He's known for explosions.
I don't know who the guy
What's
is.
M. Night Shyamalan?
M Night? Yeah, there you go.
Tip of the tongue. You thought M. Night Shyamalan was Michael Bay?
I don't know. It was one of them.
And that is the title of this episode. M. Night Shyamalan equals Michael Bay.
M. Night Michael Bay. M. Night Bay.
The M stands for Michael, so it's Michael Shyamalan Bay.
Oh,
Jesus.
jeez. M.
But yeah, Last of Us fucking wins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Last of Us
Christ's
went on
sake.
that one.
Best game direction. You want to take that one in?
All right.
Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. And that goes to Final Fantasy VII Remake,
This one,
Ghost
yeah.
of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, The Last of Us Part 2.
This one, I'm torn between Alyx and FF7, just because of the changes that they done.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're going for innovation, you could say Half-Life.
Yeah. But I give it to 7 in the form of like the revival, how they switched it, the design, like the hardships they had to go through, like the gameplay design, and on top of the art direction. I think they strive from like the 16-bit to like full-fledged JRPG and like motion capture, and I think they could get it.
I can agree with that. I would say Final Fantasy makes sense for what it came from to what it is with the
Yeah.
remake.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but I almost want to give it to Last of Us again just because, like, the performances that all those actors gave
Yeah.
is so good, and, like, the direction that they had to be given to, like, get there. And, like,
Yeah.
you see it with all the behind-the-scenes videos with, like, the director talking to you and, like, the actors like Troy Baker and like Laura Bailey and Ashley, and like they're all just talking about like how the director got their performances out of them, like just like not forced it, but like
Just
he
evoked
pulled
it.
it,
Evoked
yeah.
it,
Like
yeah.
he just like he ripped it right out of them, and just like even with the first game, like it was the same thing. Like I feel like the first game 100% deserves it for like when that was the year of that, but I could almost say that it's the same for this game because I feel like Last of Us 2 is better than Part 1. So that's me.
That's just, yeah.
But so I'm giving it to Last of Us 2 because I just love the direction of which way that game goes story wise, and then also the performances they leave a mark on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are a different person when you come out of that game. So that's where I would leave my thoughts.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my choice.
Big boy time.
And
Yeah.
now, yeah, the big John itself.
One of these I feel like doesn't belong here.
We got Game of the Year, and Chris, you wanna?
All right. So, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Everything, kit, caboodle. Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing, Last of Us Part 2.
Now, wait, before we get into this.
Which ones do you think don't belong here? Let's
I could
start
say
with that
at
question.
least two
Two
don't
of them,
belong.
but it's weird. I feel like one definitely doesn't belong here,
Which
Doom
one's
Eternal.
that one?
which is Doom Eternal.
Does
Okay.
not belong.
You could say you could make a case for Animal Crossing since it wasn't in any of like the other
Right.
things.
I feel
but
like
I
Hades does
understand. Yeah, I wouldn't give Hades Game of the
Yeah,
Year.
I don't think that. I think Doom and Hades do not belong in this.
Okay, so me and Chris are like symbiotic here because I thought the same thing.
No.
Doom and Hades.
I think I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
I said something about Animal Crossing just because we haven't heard from them since whatever category that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And it popped back up here.
Yeah.
But I've been on record saying I felt like that was getting Game of the Year.
Well, the
but
reason
now
it will is because sales. That's
Yeah,
why I think
that's
it's there.
why it's there,
I don't
yeah.
think it's there for the reasons that, like, the description of what Game of the Year is. If it wasn't there, I think people would be mad.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
That's the thing, because like with how big of a game it was this year,
That
well,
is-
I never got to experience it.
That and I think Nintendo
Everyone
would
was
get
talking
mad
about
too
it.
for not having a
well-
game up there.
Listen, Nintendo
How can they get mad?
make a good game and then they can get back to us.
Hey, Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out.
Sure, make it. So we'll talk next year.
So what are your guys' thought on the three choices that technically would make sense in this category?
It's gonna be Last of Us or something else.
Like I'm torn between two, and you'll be surprised between the two that I have.
What do you have?
Because I think it's either The Last of Us or Ghost. I don't think Final Fantasy is gonna make it.
I
to
don't
the
think
cut.
Ghost wins this. I don't think it doesn't deserve it. I don't think it shouldn't be in the running.
Right.
I just don't think it gets it.
I don't think Last of Us wins just because of the hate and like the people
yeah,
that,
was my other
didn't
thought,
like it.
too.
But that's where it gets
But
confusing.
I don't think that
because I don't
Final Fantasy wins
because
either.
I don't think Final
Yeah.
Fantasy gets it either.
No.
So the real winner is Astro's Playroom.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Can you imagine if that's a secret
Save
one?
before quitting.
Honestly. See, that's the thing too, and like it's not even a joke. If I had to, I would take out Doom and I would put in Astro's Playroom. I would take out Hades. I would put Miles Morales just to have them there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like both of those two games deserve to be at least in the category. These two that have been put in do not deserve it. Also, let's just talk about the fact that like most of these games are like PlayStation, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
So Xbox, step it the fuck up next year. Let's go.
Well,
I won't be playing your games. Maybe.
I'm not gonna lie, but I would take out Animal Crossing and put Valhalla up there.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't put Valhalla up there.
It's an Assassin's Creed game at the end of the day. No matter how much new shit they put in it and made it seem different, it's just an Assassin's Creed
Even if
game.
you put Valhalla up there, I wouldn't take away Animal Crossing. I'd take away Doom before I would take away
It's
Animal
like putting
yeah.
Call of Duty in
Absolutely.
there. Like what's the Black Ops 4?
Yeah.
Like that would be like putting Black Ops 4 in there to me. Like Assassin's Creed Valhalla does not deserve to be in Game of the Year, in my opinion, as a person who has not played it.
I was gonna say it.
But yeah, I honestly like not even a meme. I feel like Astro's Playroom got snubbed here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like in
Well, you're
every
gonna-
category,
well,
it's
I feel-
not shown
I
up once.
It hasn't. But see,
Well,
I
you
get
gotta-
that though. I was surprised that Valhalla and Spider-Man was even in categories.
Right.
It just
Same,
got
yeah.
here.
Same.
Have you? I don't think the masses have digested these games enough to even nominate them.
I
Like,
think the reason why they're there is because they were both released for the 4.
I honestly think they should cut off Game of the Year in like October.
Yeah.
Like, as for
I thought the cutoff was supposed to be
because
like
I feel like they
October.
should be games that you've had and had time with and
Yeah.
digested and.
Listen, I've digested Miles Morales. It's 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but we're not, everybody ain't us.
Yeah,
The
right.
diehards, like I mean, even though
Yeah,
the diehards
Karens
are
and
the
their
audience,
kids that didn't get the
yeah,
PlayStation.
it's those
Yeah.
people. They're trying to get that audience, and I'm not saying we shouldn't have our voices heard because obviously we're the ones. There's more of us watching the Game Awards than there are of the masses.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I'm not mad that Spider-Man's not here or Astrobot or Valhalla because They just got
should be
here.
in the next, yeah.
They
And I'm-
literally just got
Yeah,
here.
and I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
and I have a feeling that they're gonna be in the next year. So.
because if I'm
I don't think Astrobot will make it next year with all the stuff that's coming next
If
year.
Red Dead Redemption
Yeah, it's
made it
not-
to the following year, I think Astrobot would.
Astrobot could win like one of those like innovation
Astrobot
awards
is
or
like
something.
Yeah.
like a 4-hour game that you can like platinum in like 6 if you really try. But like at the same time, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
To like us, obviously, like you wouldn't even finish. I fucking platinumed the thing. That was the highlight of the system to me because like it showed off like what the console can do.
Oh, I
If
didn't even need to
anything-
play it that long to realize that.
What was that one that we went over? It was like innovation or something like
Innovation, yeah.
I
Wha-
just said that. Like, if anything, it would
Yeah.
get that kind of
that.
award.
It should have.
Yeah, which I still would
That-
say
it-
put it up there.
Makes me mad that it didn't even get like any sort of recognition for what it was, even if it's not like a fucking game like that you can buy and you just get for free. Like it's still a game, dude.
Yeah.
Like you're not just like walking through it and just like it's like a slideshow of
Yeah.
like PlayStation history, like PowerPoint presentation. You're actually doing shit and it's a fun platformer.
For sure.
And I just feel like it got snubbed in certain spots. The only reason I say put it in Game of the Year is because like fuck yeah, it was great.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
But Valhalla does not deserve it. Neither
Because
does Doom.
all right, look at this lineup of games, right? And you put Astrobot in there, which we can agree that Astrobot is amazing. But think about there, as much as it would deserve an award, if it won against these games, think
It
about
wouldn't.
the backlash of
Yeah.
people. Because there will be people in here like, what the fuck, like.
Like, why is this up here? Yeah.
I mean,
But
the only game out of these 5 that I cried at is Last of Us 2. And I feel like that in and of itself shows that that game had more of an impact on me than even Ghost of Tsushima with all the screen grabs that I did take. I feel like Last of Us 2 deserves it the most for what it is, for the
Yeah.
performances put into it, for all the people on board with it, and then all the shit that they dealt with. Like, they deserve it more than anyone else
Oh, yeah.
because they went through that, made a kick-ass game, and then are still, like, kicking to this day.
I think obvious answer is Last of Us. I think sleeper answer is Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I could see it going Last of Us. All right, of course, everybody applause. I could see them saying Animal Crossing. Everybody be like, oh shit.
I'm gonna go with The Last of Us being the obvious answer to win. For me, at least. And then the sleeper is gonna be FF7. And the reason being is because I don't think FF7 pushed the envelope enough. It pushed it enough to change the direction of what the game and the story is. That's why I voted for it in the previous category. But it just didn't give me enough of that, like actual storytelling to match to like the titan that has been The Last of Us. Even though I've only played half of the game, it has literally blown my mind to the moment that in a 4-second scene, it made me want to regret all the times I played the first game and knowing what I did at the end of that game. So it's like, it not only did it bring you back to your choices in your last game, but it makes you really think and regret the choices and the feelings that you've had for the antagonist in this current game. And like I started to realize that now, and then like even the whole Laura Bailey thing, it's like, yeah, I can see the performances and it's great, the story as a whole is amazing, but like that pull grab and that like moment that I literally had my heart sink at 4 a.m. when I got to that part, I was like, oh crap.
I'm not gonna need to go to bed right now.
Yeah.
There's no
I was
game in this lineup that makes you feel like
Yeah.
Last of Us.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think for sure The Last of Us should get it at all points.
Like I think Last of Us will win more than one award
Oh yeah.
on the Game Awards, like throughout all these categories.
It deserves it, but
It does, but I don't think it's going to win every category
Every
it's in either,
no.
though.
I feel like Animal Crossing wins here if it doesn't win any others. That's what I feel like happens because I feel like Nintendo's not going to be happy if they don't get at least 1 or 2
See,
in here. and they're gonna do some
See, that's what.
fondling
What
to
this is why this
Mr.
is,
Host.
I don't like that though, because who's to blame for that but Nintendo? Y'all,
Right.
that's the game you put out, the biggest game you had this year.
That's why I looked up a little bit on like the voting and stuff like that, because Ant was asking me when like if the voting had been open and all that stuff. I look at some of the rules, and the panel of judges that these votes are based on is they have the award company itself has handpicked 95 award like judges technically, and it's like across it's like literally a choice across of content creators, video game designers, developers, and like famous people, and not just that, but judges of art style and all that stuff, where like they are fairly careful. And I don't think, if I do a little bit more research, I don't think this is one of those type of awards where you can give royalties to said judges to be able to get a little bit more leeway. There have been some awards out there for both movies and actors and such that I've done some research that have that ability. It's like kind of like more like the more you give, the better your chances of getting a thing is. But I think the award game ceremony, or like this Game Awards, I think it's much more fair in their categories. Like these content creators, I don't think they're getting paid off to be able to get.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting night to say the least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially because we're apparently going to be trashed
We'll
by
see.
the time this award comes up.
Yeah, by the time we get to the best game award, we're just
see.
gonna be trashed.
Well, we'll see what happens. I feel like what we need to do though is it needs to be like some sort of like drinking game in which like we have the two options where it's like you get two choices. You get who you think's gonna win, and then who will win. Like
Right.
your choice, and then also who you think will
Who you
win. Just
think will
because
win,
like maybe your choice is Hades, but like they ain't
Yeah.
gonna give it to that. And if one of those two win, you're good. You're good for the next round of votes. But if
Alright.
you don't get it, because there's 5 in each category.
Right.
The ones that are going to be really tough are the like opening ones of all like the esport
Yeah, the
bullshit
esports
that we
stuff.
have no idea
Yeah.
about, and that's going to fuck us up for the later ones. So that's going to be the problem. So like, if we get it wrong, then we got to take like a shot or something,
Yeah, that's cool.
and then we'll keep a live tally of who's where and who's dying.
Find out what time these awards come on.
Oh, it's gonna be
I
late.
think
Driving
the awards come
home
on
at
at
1 a.m.
6. I think it's they
think
start
it's late
6,
on
Nah,
Thursday.
it can't be. Last time I think it was 8.
8 o'clock, right?
6:30 p.m. in New York. So 6:30
Damn,
p.m.
so
here.
they started it early.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought I saw that. It was like
Alright.
6 something.
I
So-
stand corrected.
We'll get done work. We'll come here, and then Friday we're not going to work. None of us. We're
Yeah,
all
no,
done.
I'm just
We're all
gonna be
dead.
trashed.
So keep an eye out for that. Follow us over on Twitch
Yeah.
at save the letter B, the number 4 quitting. Same as our socials over on Twitter and Insta. We'll be going live soon. We might do a test stream from here when we record the next episode if we can. Maybe we'll do it like early, like on a Sunday or something, just
Yeah,
to
we'll
like
play.
get it going. And then we'll just like watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
We'll just go on the what is it, the just chatting?
Just
section?
chatting, yeah.
Yeah, won't get DMCA'd or anything. We'll have a good time. And then hopefully it'll be pretty good for the Game Awards. It should
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
Do we have any predictions of like games that are gonna get announced? Because that's another thing that we're not
Oh,
even
yeah.
talking about. Because they do
Because
that
you know
a
what's
lot.
happening.
Yeah.
There
Can we
was
get the
something.
fuck the Oscars guy again?
What?
What?
You know the fuck the Oscars guy? The guy that made like the game with like the two brothers, or not brothers, the two guys in prison.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
the Oscars.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Jeff Keighley looks so like.
Yeah, can I
fucking
say something, man?
uncomfortable.
Can I curse? Fuck the Oscars. And he's making a new game too. It was about like a kid with like their parents getting divorced or something like that.
No.
I remember
I didn't
seeing
hear
like a
about that
trailer of it, and he was like talking about it. It looks, I think it was that. I could be wrong, like of the basic premise, but it was something along the lines of that.
There was something rumored to get revealed at the Game Awards. I can't remember it now. I read it. Like it was like a done deal. Like it's going to be shown
Like,
at
it's
the Game
going to be
Awards,
shown.
but I can't remember what it was.
I can expect a few indie games happening.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna predict like probably like 2 or 3 indie games, but I feel like we need to get one
I think we're gonna get.
Xbox exclusive. Like, we need to get a
I
fucking
would say
Xbox game.
we're gonna get 3.
You won't.
Like one for each one. I'd say we're gonna get 3 total like big trailers, and I can see 3 games technically getting like hyped out, and that is God of War for Sony, Halo for Xbox,
They can't hype that game anymore.
and
There's no hype behind it.
my third choice would be Nintendo showcasing their new Switch coming out,
No, they're not gonna do that.
or Breath of the Wild 2.
They might do
Have
that.
another trailer
I
because
s-
it
they're-
might be out by the time summertime hits.
They're not gonna show that new Switch until maybe the earliest, like February next year. They didn't show the first Switch until like a month before it came out. Something super
Oh, yeah,
close
you're
like that.
right,
It was
yeah.
like January, and it came out in March.
In March, yeah, you're right.
I think they're going to show Nintendo's going to tease the next Smash character because they did that before at the Game
Yeah,
Awards.
they did that. Yeah,
They might show Breath of the Wild.
that's
too,
what I'm saying. Yeah, they might throw another trailer
because
out.
next year is the year of Zelda, like the
Yep.
year of Mario. It's like the
Yep.
35th anniversary of Zelda is next year.
I could see them doing like one of the Pokemons as well, like some sort of like teaser towards
They'll
like
probably do Unite.
something is coming soon, like some just like some sort of teaser, like, hey, anniversary is coming up, and then like that's all they leave you with, and then you're like, oh shit. But
They'll probably tease Unite, Breath of the Wild 2.
I don't
And
know if we
probably
see
Smash.
anything for God of War. I don't think we do.
I don't think we do either.
Not this soon.
I wanna say probably, just because
Yeah.
it's been on the work already.
Yeah, I just
Nah,
I
but there's
don't want to
games-
see anything.
There's games that's going to come out before that I feel like they would tease before they would tease more God of War. I think we'd see a full-blown Horizon trailer before we see
No,
God of the War
yeah.
showing again.
Honestly, though,
Or they'll show more Final Fantasy 16 or something
I think
like
Final
that.
Fantasy 16 and Horizon. Yeah. I think
fuck
I gotta
with
agree with you
Horizon.
on that.
I really would love to see some more Horizon stuff. If we see more Horizon, I'll be
Well, did we
Yeah.
get?
freaking out
did we
live
get-
Yeah,
on
me too.
Twitch.
How many trailers have we gotten for Horizon total? I think?
One. We
Just
got the one
right?
at the PlayStation before they showed the price.
That's why I was thinking God of War, just because of the fact that we got a tease.
But
I don't
God of War
want
is so far. I guarantee you.
Can't see anything. For
I don't
want
wanna
to
say I
until like the
guarantee.
middle of next year because it's too far, man.
Well, it's supposed to come out by next year.
But I feel that's what I was about to say. I almost
It's
want to
holiday
guarantee
next
you
year.
that's not coming next
No.
year. I feel like they're going to push
I
it.
think they're gonna push it back. Yeah,
I think it's
agree
gonna
with
be
you,
2022.
yeah.
I think next year you're going to get Horizon, Ratchet, and Final
BO2.
Fantasy, and I'm
Breath
forgetting
of the
something.
Wild too.
Well, I'm talking about PlayStation.
Oh, PlayStation itself, yeah. I think it's gonna be. Yeah, I think I agree with you with Horizon and Ratchet.
I think God of War gets pushed to 2022.
I want to say holidays 21. I don't think 2022.
What if the 2021 thing was just like, that's when the trailer's coming, bitches? That's what it said in Norse around it.
I wouldn't put him past them to be like, hey, this is gonna be what we're gonna showcase in E3
I don't think we. Well,
next year.
I don't think we necessarily need God of War in 2021. Don't get me wrong. I want God of War.
Oh no, absolutely, I'm with you on that.
But I don't think they're gonna give it to us yet. The only reason it might still drop if it does is because the rumor is that's also still gonna be a PS4
Yeah.
game because they already said Horizon
Yeah.
is also gonna be a PS4 game.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
I would, if I was Sony, I would hold off God of War till 2022 and make it the first. Well, no, because Ratchet and Clank is the first.
correct.
But I would make it a solely PS5 game.
I just don't want to hear anything about
I
that
would
game
too.
until halfway through next year.
What? God.
I don't want to see anything about God of War until halfway through next year, and then that's when we get the first trailer.
You're gonna see the trailer around E3 time.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna see
I
the
just want
trailer
like
at
all
E3.
the hype and all of us to forget that we
To
even
die
saw
down.
that teaser. Like all these other games to come out, all like more trailers, and then like halfway through the year, either at E3 or just some random PlayStation event, as the stinger of the end of the presentation, we get like a 20-second trailer, and that's it. That's all I want. And then maybe holiday 2021 or like spring.
If it doesn't come
Yeah.
holiday
22.
2021, it's gonna come out the same time the first God of
The
War
first
did,
God of War, which was spring 2022.
which was spring.
I, mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of has to come out in winter though, because like Ragnarok.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Because like it's got to be. It's like with Miles Morales. It came out during Christmas time,
Christmas
and
time.
that's what the plot of the story is. Like it's Christmas, and it's like snowy in New York. Like you got to have some snowy. You know, even if like you're in LA and shit, you're not getting snow. But like
I get it,
most
though.
of the world,
Next year is.
where places
I
have
think-
seasons.
I think. All right, if God of War drops next year, we are going to have a much harder time doing this same discussion next November.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next year is packed.
Packed. Both Nintendo coming out swinging, plus Sony the new system,
And then Xbox taking their thumb out of their
and
ass.
then
That
Yeah.
too.
So,
And
it's
not
like-
to mention now, everything coming out from here on out is going to be next year. So
Yeah.
like Cyberpunk's going to be in next year's
Yeah.
awards. So you got Cyberpunk, God of War, Horizon, Final Fantasy,
And I feel like
Ratchet and Clank,
and
Zelda.
I
like,
feel like Miles Morales is gonna get a reprise for best game of the year next year as well.
I mean, it can't.
you can't.
Yeah, it's part
No,
of this
Red
one.
Dead did it.
It was
Red Dead had a reprise last year
I don't think we get that, just because I feel like the hype's gonna be going for
because
miles after that.
Red Dead was out for best score music, and then after that, it got a reprise for best game of the year
That's
the
what
following
I
year.
want. I want Spider-Man 2 trailer.
That's why I said that Miles Morales might not get best game of the year nominee this year, but it might get it next year.
next year, for all the reasons we just said, I think it's going to be crazy. Plus the fact that we don't know what else is coming next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
We don't know
They've
what's
been
going
very
to get.
hush-hush, especially since
We don't know what's going to get teased next E3,
E3,
whatever they have at that point. If it's not E3, whenever they
It
reveal,
won't
we don't know
be.
what's going to get revealed there and then come out next holiday season.
we don't know if Sony's gonna back out of E3
We don't know if
again.
the world's gonna be spinning.
Oh yeah, that's true. We don't know if the world.
We don't know if Sony's gonna back out of E3 again like they did this year. So
I could see them doing a Spider-Man 2 at the Game Awards, just like teasing that, like they did Ragnarok.
it's too
Just because
soon.
like it's on the heels of Miles Morales. It's like, hey guys,
I don't-
finish this because guess what's coming
They're
next
not gonna
year.
do
No,
that.
they're not gonna
They're
do
not
that.
gonna do it.
They're,
They're
not
not
gonna piggyback off their own game.
Because
I
they're
don't
going to
think they
want
are.
to. Right now, they want Miles to take up all
Yeah.
the airspace. Like they're not going to do that yet.
Like I feel like
I
I feel
want it, but they're not going to do it.
like I feel if
want
Sony if Sony were to listen to like the fans and to listen to all of us, I would expect them to make a second Miles Morales, waiting a year for the hype to slowly die down before they even make a second regular Peter Parker Spider-Man.
You know what? You're not getting Spider-Man 2 trailer or at least a teaser until either next summer or the Game Awards next year.
Yeah, that's my thought.
At least give me
process.
something from Miles. I think.
That you
like,
might,
give us, like, a
you might
suit.
get like a patch.
You
or
might
like
get
a suit.
DLC.
Yeah,
you might get
I don't
DLC,
want no
but-
DLC. That's fine. I want I just want content. I don't care what it is. Like if DLC you're giving me story, cool, okay, whatever.
That's
The
what I mean.
DLC for the first game was not good, in my opinion.
I didn't even bother.
It was
Wasn't it Tombstone, right?
No, it was,
no.
Was it Black Cat? No,
Black
shit?
Cat.
Black Cat, and then it was Sable, and then it was
Sable, yeah.
Hammerhead, and they were all. So I don't want. No offense to Insomniac, but their DLC, guys,
Yeah, gotta put more work
what was
into it.
that?
Please.
Yeah.
What was that, man? Like the fuck was
Well,
that
they-
with
they-
Hammerhead and like the mech shit? No, don't do that. Just give me like a bunch of suits. Like literally just like go like look
Just
at a
give-
Miles Morales comic and just grab like all the suits you can find, different artists, and just call it like this artist suit, and just throw them in the game, and then I'll just be fine for
You know
like
what,
the
Chris?
next year.
Chris, I think it's time for you to do something. Put a collection of all the comic suits that you want to see and just throw it at
That's too many.
Insomniac. Just anonymous email to them
Yeah,
every
'cause
time.
I have their email.
Just
pull
mail
it
it.
out
You
of my-
got it. You got the
Just
email.
mail it in. Mail it to the main
Jeez.
office.
But yeah, I mean, those are the Game Awards. We'll be streaming them. I already said the Twitch numerous times. It'll get said one more time at the end of the episode. But before we close out the episode, we have like one more thing to hype up or point you guys in the direction to. This is coming out on Thursday
On Thanksgiving.
on Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Hopefully you're not having a huge family dinner.
Right.
Right. But have enough
Keep it
food to be
safe.
able to eat your face off.
Yes, sit there, watch football if that's a thing. I don't care about football. I think it's boring. Anyway, that coming Sunday, our boy Nicko is going to be
Oh, yeah.
over on the Area Nerdy One podcast.
You got it with Matt Schoonover and the crew. We will be doing just some streaming that want to feature me, and we're going to talk about some video games. maybe even play something on their stream. You guys can catch me and them on their Twitch at Nerdy Area 1. And
Area Nerdy 1.
Area
How
Nerdy
come
1.
I know
Jeez.
he's your buddy and I know his channel?
Well, he has 2 different contacts, but either way, Area Nerdy 1.
I got
you
you,
can catch
man.
us, and sorry, Matt, but yeah, we will be there. You can catch us at 6 p.m. on Sunday on their Twitch, and then later on maybe we can have some sort of help with them. So shout out to those guys. Check them out. They're nerdy all across the board, from weirdom all the way to Dungeons and Dragons video games. They have had some crazy people show up at their show. You can even check out some Mandalorian props. They do a lot of props and cosplay. Yeah. And
Speaking
shout
of
out to them,
cosplay,
and thank you for having me.
That was my first like soiree with them, when you were like, oh yeah, like, check out this guy's channel. And I click on their first video, and it was their Halloween video.
Yeah.
I'm like, I knew it was the Halloween video, and I click on it, and like, I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I'm getting into. And then like, I'm just like, do I watch this on my dual monitor setup and like have like my dad walk in and be like, what the fuck are you watching? Because no offense, Matt, but the lipstick wasn't working for you, bud.
Yeah, we'll agree that. But
yeah.
Yeah, so check them out, and we're gonna be there. At least I will be there, and then hopefully we can all be together one day.
Play something in the future.
Yeah,
Play something in the future.
Once we figure out Twitch and Ant learns Twitch.
Yeah.
We gotta show some boomers some Twitch work.
I didn't even call you a boomer there.
I did
this time.
I will.
It's okay.
Even if I'm only 3 years younger than you.
Listen, y'all need a wise old man on this podcast to tell you about old video games.
Well, so that was it. That was a long episode. It's late for us here. We're all gonna regret the late episode at work tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I dropped my phone.
Phone dropping.
Chris's phone has quit the podcast.
Yeah.
It does not want to be here anymore.
Shoot us your thoughts on the Game Awards. Let us know who you voted for these topics. If you have opinions against us, if you want to make your opinion known about why you agree with us, why you disagree with us, shoot us an email over at savebeforequitting@gmail.com. If you don't want to shoot an email because that's too old-timey for you, then you can always just send us a message on Twitter at savebeforequitting, the letter B, the number 4, quitting at Gmail. Not at Gmail. Jesus. We already did that part.
Jesus.
At Jesus.
At Jesus.com. Don't go there. No. Save the letter B, the number 4, quitting on both Twitter and Instagram, and also on Twitch. Check us out. We will be streaming the Game Awards. Come talk to us. Look at our faces.
Pretty. We're so pretty.
Sure, and humble.
Listen, pretty is a pretty humble compliment to yours. Anyway, go on.
I don't really think I had much more to say.
Well,
other than, the basics, make sure.
well, what's the basic?
The basic thing to do every single day when you're done is to save before quitting.
Stay in. All right, let's Funko stop.
All right, just to confirm, the cake did not kill us. The podcast is still ours. Nicole, you lose this time.
Yes.
Yes.
I just wanted to toss that in there because she wasn't here.